Let's go live. Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will and today we are back and we are on episode 2 of Tyrant's Thrall. No, episode 3. That is the number higher than 2. I know that. And nailed it. And yeah, we're hanging out today. We've got a couple of fantastic guests joining us and let's dive right into it. Let's find out. Let's first of all introduce our guests, I suppose. Let's do that. In fact, before that, let's introduce our fantastic Dungeon Master, Louise. How's it going, Louise?
I am doing great, thank you. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm very excited.
As am I. Always excited. I live in a permanent state of excitement.
Leading up to Tuesdays, and when it's Tuesdays, it's just, yeah, it's go time.
After Tuesdays, it's just, nothing happens, and then Tuesday, ready
there
to
we
go.
Yeah, I like that. Fantastic. So, let's introduce our fantastic guests for today. We have Gale from Twitch stream, The Gale Stream. How's it going, dude?
Hey, hi, how's it going? I'm not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to meet your character today. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about your character, my friend.
So, I am playing Sethicus. Sethicus Tyrant is a tiefling wizard who is very aged. He's pushing 85.
Wow.
And he's got a few issues presently that I think will be revealed later on, but I'm excited to play him. He's kind of a character concept I've wanted to do for a while, so I'm excited to see how it all plays out today.
Fantastic. And we've got Will from Twitch stream Gentleman's Sword. How's it going, Will?
Good. How are you, Will?
Yeah, it's good. I figured, I was saying this earlier, but I figured who is the best? And I was like, well, me. And so I thought, why don't we get more of me on the show? So that's exactly what we've done. So Will, who are you going to be playing today?
I'm playing Galather. He is a young, naive, half-elf bard who was super inspired by the revolution to go out and write poetry about it.
Nice. Fantastic. So you guys know our usual crew, and so in our most recent format change thing we're doing, we're not going into too much depth because you guys know. So we have the wonderful Not So Speedruns who's playing Tyrus today. How's it going, man?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Fantastic. And we have the fantastic Tall Squall playing Flinrick today. What's up, Tall Squall?
Hey, how you doing? Getting ready to go. Loving to see how, I'm sure nothing bad's going to happen with the party split in 3 ways.
Nah, what's ever gone wrong with that? As for myself, I will be playing Karazim today. The usual things that you guys know, viewer decisions, follow, retweet, and subscribe. You guys get to decide what happens next. And of course, you can affect the game via donations to get these things we call viewer decisions to screw with our party, or to aid our party, as you may want to. Other than that, make sure to check out these guys' fantastic channels throughout today. We'll be dropping links all the way through. And yeah, Louise, it's hand over to you to do our recap for the session.
Okay, so as we know, if you've catched the last few episodes, we are playing this in the Kingdom of Azimeth. And this kingdom was once ruled by a tyrant by the name of Iobus Saran, and a very long 5-year revolution was fought against him by Lariah Heston, Dent Ravuk, Tarian Lennings, and Elifa Thorian being the main players. The revolution was a success. Things seemed to be going, quite well until they didn't, and things seemed to not be going quite well. The leaders seemed to become corrupted by something, though nobody seemed to know what. And our current party were asked by their old friend Kellum Hartright to investigate these changes. They found that the city guard had been disbanded, and in an attempt to rile up the public, Tyrus, finding Joseph Chen, the head of this guard, tried to install that spark of revolution once more in him, which we may or may not see has been successful. He was, quite drunk at the time. They also seeked out the head of the local gang, the Baker's Dozen, whose leader, Artie, played by Josh, gave them some information that they followed all the way up to the embassy. Inside of this embassy, they found not only was Kerazim's daughter standing trial for thievery, they also found the dead, unresponsive body of Lariah Heston, who was the mother of the revolution, locked in a jail cell underneath the embassy, kept top secret. And that's where we left the session last time, with the party very much split in very much different ways. We have Flinrick and Artie, who unfortunately isn't here today, at the cell with the dead body. We have Karazim, Polly, and Tyrus at the exit, and we have 2 new players who are elsewhere in this wonderful world.
Fantastic. Yeah, a quick happy birthday to Josh. He's currently away on holiday in Ireland, so good luck, Josh. I know he's getting roaringly drunk right now in spirit of ERP, so so he'll be joining us again next week. But other than that, let's just dive right into this adventure, and yeah, let's just see what's going on. I'm going to be away for 1 minute, so Louise, dive into it. Feel free.
Okay, so we'll start here with Flinrick. Flinrick, Artie, when you last saw him, said that wait for him for 20 minutes. If he does not return in 20 minutes, to come follow him. Would you wait that amount of time before doing your movement?
Well, do I hear anything in the meantime? I'm sort of on guard duty. I mean, is it? Have I heard anything? Have I heard anything from inside? Where he has gone into this cell block?
You can give me a perception check to see if you hear anything.
7.
You hear nothing.
Not a damn thing. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a high-low wisdom to see whether I decide to go in or not. So 10 or above, I go in. Or I guess it should be that I follow orders. Or do I follow orders if I'm smart or stupid? I'm gonna say high, I go in. Low, I stay out.
Okay, let's see that
14,
roll.
I go in. I don't wait.
You
I don't
go
wait
in.
the 20 minutes.
So it's probably been more also about 5-10 minutes before you give up. You're like, this kid doesn't know what he's doing. And you head in to the room. And what you see when you go in, you do see the form of Artie. He seems to be shaking somewhat, nervously perhaps. You can't see what he's looking at because he is standing in front of a wrought iron cell.
Artie, what have you got there?
He does not respond. And what we'll be doing with Artie during this is, because he is just a kid, he is 14 years old, and this is what he's seen. 14-year-olds shouldn't really be subject to. So we'll be playing him as if he is in shock for this episode. He'll be able to do menial things if you need him to pick locks, or for example, but won't be able to do anything too strenuous.
Gotcha. So I go over to Artie. Artie, are you okay? And having been a field medic, yeah, I would pretty much recognize the symptoms of shock and just go, ah. And I look in. Having been in the army, I assume I recognize Loria.
You recognize her immediately, yes.
How long dead does she seem?
She seems to be dead for at least an hour or so. As you look into her, you do see there is a strange, almost blue tinge to her body, and there is just blood all over the floor, staining it red.
And she's dead.
She's dead.
How secure does this area seem? I mean, have we seen any guards or any evidence of guards coming by, or has this sort of been, because of what it contains, has it sort of been off limits to general populace?
You'd imagine it's off limits to most guards. You did, however, see someone who seemed to be more of an official guard earlier who had that messaging ring. You imagine perhaps people like that might have access to this area, but other than that, it's a very high security place.
I'm just checking a spell. I would like to take the body down. I mean, if she is shackled and I need Artie to pick a lock, I'll see if he can pick the lock for me.
She is shackled, and he will attempt to pick the lock for you.
Artie, I need your help. Just let your mind do what it does best. Get these off of her.
Would somebody be able to roll for Artie, perhaps? My roll 20 is somebody deciding it doesn't.
If you want to give me control of him, even I can do that.
Oh, I've got
like
it.
He's got Thieves' Tools here. There you go.
Okay,
20 or 18, whichever you want.
the shackles just pop off.
I lay her on the ground and I start to take out some chalk from my backpack and start to lay out what looks like a grid on the floor, 8 by 8, and bring out the chess pieces, which are a part of my holy symbols, being to the Red Queen, and begin to ritually cast gentle repose on her to preserve the body, to potentially maybe have someone, if we can get it out of here, to res her and find out what she knows.
Okay.
I believe it's 10 minutes for ritual. Yeah.
I believe so. Yes. And as you pull her out and put her into this chess piece shape, you do notice that her body seems to have begun to have an accelerated sense of decay. It seems to have unnatural speed of the decay, and her arm seems to be slightly rotting away from where the shackles are biting into her. But as you do perform this ritual, 10 minutes pass, it does seem to stop whatever acceleration there was there.
Okay.
And if you can give me a perception check, please.
Yeah. Because I'm sure my attention is elsewhere. A 6. I'm caught up in laying out this ritual, lighting candles, moving chess pieces to...
Okay, so you are so wrapped up in what you're doing and trying to make sure you're doing it right, because, at the end of the day, this is a person that was very important to the kingdom. You do not hear footsteps coming down towards the cell, towards you. Indeed, you do not hear the door swinging open. What you do hear is a gruff, manly voice shouting, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
I spin around, taken by surprise, and go, "I'm in the service of Dent. I'm a cleric. I was sent to preserve the body of Loria for later use."
"Service of Dent, are you? All right, and who's the kid?" He'll point to Artie, who is just shaking.
"He is a prisoner that I was told to bring down here."
"Bring down here? To the eye security cell in the embassy? This kid?"
"Do you know who he is?" Sorry, as I pick up your accent almost immediately. This is the one who helped lead the revolution. He knows all the secret passages in this whole castle. He's the one who knows more about this castle than even Dent himself, I believe. If anyone's a high security risk, it's this one.
So, let me get this straight. What you're saying is this little lad, who, by the way, doesn't look like he's quite up to much, is the high mastermind behind getting into the embassy, and even if he is, was a friend to Dent, and now you're locking him up in the high security cell where Loria was kept. Is that right? Is that what you're telling me?"
I cast Hold Person on him in a panic.
This guy's not having it.
Do I have to make any saving throws against him?
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw against a 14 wisdom saving throw.
There we go.
Does not make it.
He never long bombs.
Yep. So I then clock him on the head to knock him out, non-lethal damage to knock him out.
You can give me an attack roll at an advantage because he is basically paralyzed.
I thought, isn't it actually an automatic crit?
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yes, sorry.
If he's paralyzed, so I mean, I'm not trying to kill him. I think paralyzed is auto crit.
I think paralyzed, if you hit, you attack with advantage. I could be wrong. I'll fucking look this up.
It
would be very hard for him to miss.
It's incapacitated, so attack rolls against a creature have advantage. Any attack that does hit is a critical hit if it's within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to roll me?
So I still have to hit him.
You can hand wave that. I don't mind. But yeah.
I'll swing it. Sure.
Oh, I was that guy for a second.
So 14.
14. You have an advantage. Oh yeah, that's 14. You do somehow manage to miss. You're so caught up in what's going on that
is
you
embarrassing.
just
Sorry.
swing and miss.
Thanks.
I'm glad I looked up that rule now.
At least no one's around to really see, but you do miss.
Okay. I mean, he's still, I guess, he gets a wisdom save to try to get out of it.
Make sure we tell Artie to make fun of him for this later.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And before this guy fucking kills you.
He is unable to shake your hold.
Oh wait, okay. So, yeah, then I guess I swing again to just try to knock him out.
The most embarrassing fight ever. One
There
guy
we go.
standing still and you.
Yeah, I was still a little shaken, but yeah. So 24 and
24 hits.
which would be a crit because it's within. So it'd be 16 damage. I'm just trying to knock him out.
He takes it. He's not necessarily knocked out, but he is bleeding heavily from the head now
Just standing there
and
taking it.
standing still.
This poor guy.
So he's gonna get another go to try and shake.
Yeah, just shake this off.
You. And he definitely does.
Wow.
Yep. So
He wants more pain.
I swing. Yeah, I swing again
He
for
turns the other
14
cheek.
damage.
He goes down.
Okay. Tough, Bolga.
Artie is just staring at you.
Yeah, just like, yes, I just flailed on someone, the paralyzed guy. Yeah, basically the idea is I'm going to lock him up in one of these cells, passed out, unconscious. I'm actually going to gag him. You rip off a piece of fabric of my tabard to gag him, tie up his arms with some rope from my standard issue explorer's kit rope, and then lock him back up in this cell. Ask Artie if he can, since he unlocked it, just lock this cell back behind us.
He would easily be able to lock the cell back up. And from there, would you be looking to come out of this room with the body?
So yeah, I've got to try to figure out how to get from where I am back to the way that I know out of this place with this body and not looking like a total freak of nature carrying around a body.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I'm like, okay, how do I do a weekend at Bernie's? Does Artie still have his disguise person up?
He does.
From being the guard. So he actually is, he was able to hide my shield and my mace inside of the illusion of himself. Is she small enough that he could basically somewhat attempt to obscure her inside of the illusion of his disguised person, since he made himself taller and wider?
He'd perhaps be able to try and piggyback, like hold her on his back and hope that his illusion goes over her. As she is a full-grown woman, you imagine it might still not be enough. There might be a hand also poking out.
And yeah. So sleight of hand on his part or whatever you want us to roll for trying this. If you want it to roll or if you're going to hand wave, I'm fine either way. Hand wave.
You can give me a sleight of hand, please.
So that's Artie's sleight of hand, right?
Yes.
26 and.
That's enough. You manage to obscure her within the form of Artie, but you do know as well, or you imagine that this high security cell, perhaps the person that Artie is impersonating perhaps might not be allowed access down here, so you might still run into some issues there.
Right. Yeah. No. So I'm going to. So we're gonna skedaddle out of here, post haste, and try to go back to our old deception of me being the prisoner, now being taken to the other cells where the rest of the party is waiting.
Okay. And we will cut now then to Karazim, Tyrus, and of course Polly. You have been waiting, safeguarding this exit for about 20 minutes now, having heard nothing back. Artie's Raven as well has not made any contact with you. You're really not sure what's going on in the rest of the embassy.
Well, we haven't heard from him in a while. Maybe we should go take a look.
Yeah, it's a bit concerning at this point.
Okay, Polly, you stay here. No going anywhere, young lady, okay?
Yes, Dad.
You've gotten your father into enough trouble tonight.
That's right. More than enough. So, let's go, Tyrus.
Just
Aye.
make sure Artie's okay, and I'll stay here. I promise.
Oh, Jesus wept, I've heard enough of Artie. Let's go.
So you'd come back out into the hallway, which was once riddled with guests from the ball who had been evicted momentarily whilst this leak was investigated. The hallway is now empty.
Seem too quiet, maybe? Where did everyone go?
Yeah. Can we hear the sounds of the party still going on or anything?
You can hear muffled music coming from the ballroom.
Well, party's not over. I suppose they think they plugged that leak.
So.
Best to try and get back to the others.
Yeah, I wonder what they found down there.
We'd have to cross through the party to get to them, right?
You could take either passage. The one you took before avoided the party because you were trying to stay as far away from it as possible. And that is the way you went before.
Yeah, in that case, let's take
That way again?
Yeah, let's go that way.
Same as before. Well, you did before, I wasn't there.
That's right.
As you head through the hallway, if you'd both like to give me perception checks, please.
Okay. There you go. 8. Fuck. Can't see a damn thing.
Tyrus, you would just about make out a feminine figure in front of you that you believe to be Alifa Foran, one of the 4 leaders, making her way through the embassy.
That's a leaf right there. Should we...
A leaf? What?
One of the leader people.
Oh, okay. Wait. Why are you following her? I thought we were trying to find our friends.
We're not. I don't think.
I thought you said we're trying to follow. I thought you said we're trying to follow her. Okay.
No. Not... Don't be ridiculous. Your hearing's getting bad, old man.
What can I say? Yeah. Let's wait for this leaf.
Daughter screaming in your ear.
What's her name?
Elif.
Elif.
E-L-I-T-H-E, not a leaf.
Okay, Elif. Okay.
Like the symbol of Aquila.
Yes. Okay,
is she, which one was she?
We begin making out.
She was the delegate. The delegate to Mandara.
Quick.
Oh. Okay.
They can't see us when we start making out. No. Well, she's coming directly
towards us or just passing?
My question too.
She is headed in the direction of the cell block that you knew Flinrick and Artie to be going down.
Okay, that's bad news. Do you have a relationship with this woman? Do you know her?
Not at all.
Shit. Me neither. Quick, we need to think of a plan. We need to think of a...
I mean, we're dressed like guards, right? She won't be able to tell.
Yes. Excuse me there, ma'am. Lady O'Leaf, excuse me.
Hello?
By the gods.
She'll turn around, looking surprised.
It's one of them.
Yes?
Hi. Excuse me, but there's been a leak, a security leak down there, and we can't have you going down there, ma'am. It's strictly guard duty only.
Oh, I know, but I just wanted to check.
No. Let my nice handsome young friend here, Tyrus. Typhid. Let Typhid. Oh God.
Sorry.
Yes,
wow.
we can
sorry.
check on it.
You have beautiful
check on it
eyes.
for
Has
you,
anyone
ma'am.
ever told you that?
Oh, well, thank you. Sorry, what was your name? Tyrus? Typhid?
Typhid is his name.
Typhid. Yes.
Typhid
Yes.
Mannington.
Right.
That is correct.
I must say, I've never heard of you around these parts before. Are you new?
Well, yes. There's been a lot of guards changing about lately. So
That's right.
used to be
but-
stationed in the city.
Well, then that just doesn't make sense. If you're new, why would you be headed down that corridor? It's strictly
I'm
off limits.
well, I'm not new. I'm here training the rookie. You know how it is, trying to get the training wheels off, if you know what I mean. Do we have bicycles?
Roll me a deception, please, Karazim.
Shit, I am so bad at lying to people. I have a +1 in deception. That's oh gods. That's a 10.
Well, perhaps then it might be best if you start the training elsewhere. Perhaps something he's more comfortable with.
I most definitely agree. But I'm afraid I'm under the command of Dent himself not to allow you down there, man. It's just policy, you know.
Well, then, if it is indeed too dangerous, perhaps you wouldn't mind escorting me.
Oh, perhaps I wouldn't. In that case, yes. Let's go down.
Whatever you say, my lady.
That's your wish is my command.
Why, thank you. And she'll start heading off.
I love how she was
Down the
French.
corridor.
She turns, hello? Why, thank
Hello.
you. She only says hello French. Yeah, I'm gonna...
I must say, you're much more lovely than I ever imagined, ma'am.
Oh, why, thank you. I do try. I always felt like I don't quite fit in here in Azimeth, but you people are all so hospitable.
That's right.
It is very
and
nice.
Your people are so nice too, coming over here and
Yes.
just helping us out so much with those treason officers. It really is a grand business.
Yes, I know. That was Tarian's idea. He seemed very keen on it.
I can see why. It seems like a fantastic policy for all the people.
Such a shame, though, about our guards. I mean, I trusted them, but the
Wow.
vote was out against me.
Well, yes, I have to say, ma'am, there is talk of unionizing.
Oh,
Yes,
really now?
Oh, yes.
Some people, they don't seem to take too kindly to immigrants, you say.
Yeah, they protest in the strongest manner, too.
They say your people are filthy and just scum of the earth, but I don't believe a word of it, man.
Oh, don't listen to them,
goodness.
lovely.
Oh, goodness. And as you're walking along down
Dad
the hallway,
flirting.
Flinrick and Artie, you'd be heading up this hallway, and you would see ahead of you
We're gonna have to kill her.
Karazim, Tyrus, and a leaf walking towards you with purpose.
Here's a question. With me being a cleric in the army, and working for, does she know me? I mean, I just don't know. I mean,
She doesn't seem to recognize you immediately.
okay. But I'm right now acting as prisoner. So,
To a very terrified looking guard.
terrified looking guard. I'm going to start making a ruckus, knowing that Artie can't do it. It's like, you think you've caught me? God, now I've so picked up that accent.
Now
I
you
can't
think
get
you
rid of
caught
it.
me,
Damn
haven't
it.
you, you wee bastard?
Ner. You and your guard accent. You don't know. You don't know. I was supposed to be working with Tyrion. He should have taken me on. I was in his army. Now I've got your accent. He was in his army, and
Hello?
yes, I was a cleric, a field medic for him. I should not be laid off. I should be allowed to join in with the treason officers.
Oh, there's another case. Ma'am, if you don't mind letting me escort this man out of here, it should be safe from here on out.
As you have this communication in the hallway, you all suddenly start to hear a very loud, shrill bell ringing throughout the embassy. Multiple bells, in fact.
Bells. Does that...
And it's there that we will cut to our guests in the ballroom. So this large and lavish ballroom...
There's my accent.
This large and lavish ballroom is just alive with music, or at least it was, dancing and general merriment. Servants were weaving their way through throngs of nobles, with their arms quivering under plates full of untold amounts of food. A few armed guards stood post by the decadent double doors, seeming relatively on edge, having just come back from a supposed threat of a leak inside the embassy. The recent nasal alarm of that potential intruder caused some manner of distress, but it seemed to have gone down. A poet flits about the room reciting his stories and poetry to those guests so inclined to listen. Will, can you quickly describe what your character looks like to me?
Would I have come... I wouldn't have come in any armor or armed to this party, right? I'd just be in regular clothes, or would it be appropriate to be in my armor with my weapon?
You could have perhaps brought your weapon with you. I'd allow that. That's fine.
I have a long blue, kind of ornate overcoat with like a lot of like gold buttons and stuff on it, and just light like leather under it, with a rapier sitting at my waist, and I have long black hair tied back in a ponytail, and I look just ecstatic. This is the best thing my character has ever done in his life, and he's listening to the bird. He's jotting down notes in his notebook about different stanzas and verses it used, and he's just having a ball.
He's having a great time. Also in attendance at this ball is an elderly tiefling deep in conversation with a largely uninterested group at one of the tables. Gail, can you describe to me your tiefling, please?
Yeah, so he wears very he wears very modest clothing, usually in tatters. He's probably the worst dressed person here, but you can tell that he tries to bring an air of confidence with him where he goes, along with his many years that he has over everyone else. You can often find him in this room sort of telling people old tales of how things used to be back in the old days. Generally, he'll sort of keep it a low whisper, which is his normal talking register. And he's got a small little dagger in his boot, which has a nice little red ribbon around it. He'll often tell people, "Oh yeah, it's a good time having this dagger. You don't want to mess with the dagger. It's fine."
Brilliant. So, Gallifrey, you believe your act has been going quite well. You know, the guests seem to enjoy your poetry. You've even been offered a few tips. All in all, the ball for you seems to have been a success. And just as another guest presses you for a recital, a large, sharp bell begins to ring and echo throughout the ballroom. The guards in attendance immediately stand to attention and look to each other. What are your immediate reactions?
I'm sorry, I missed it. What was it?
A large, shrill bell has started echoing
bell
throughout it, and the guards seem to jump to action.
Curiosity, mostly. Like, there's a story behind this bell, so I kind of subtly try to find its source.
Okay, so you're going to be heading out of the ballroom.
Yes.
Okay, and yeah, what's your tiefling doing? Seth, what's Seth doing?
Seth is looking for drinks that are being sort of left. He doesn't have a whole lot of chances to come to these kind of shindigs, so he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm just going to take a little goblet here, a little goblet there. Oh, some bread. Kind of pockets some of it in his in a pocket in his inner robe. He'll try to like look around the room and see what everyone else is doing, as to not sort of bring more attention to himself than is necessary.
As I walk past a ragged-looking tiefling stuffing bread into his robe, I just kind of give a face of, well, that's odd. And as I then proceed towards the source of the bell.
Seth, you do see that the rest of the guests seem quite agitated. They don't really seem to be sure what this alarm is being raised for. They all seem to be quite distressed. And would you be able to give me a perception check,
I can do
please, to see if you can find the source of this noise?
No, with a 5.
No, you can't.
So seeing a very fancy boy walk past me and tell me that what I'm doing is weird, Seth is basically going to say, "Oh no, that's it. That is weird." And he's going to grab a roll and just sort of walk with him, trying to hide himself, but not very successfully.
So with a 14, as you come out into the hallway, you'd be able to tell that the bell's coming from somewhere in the middle of the embassy. It seems to be an alarm system, but there is a lot of ruckus coming towards the main entrance.
I look over towards the tiefling that is kind of attached himself towards me. Go, well, whatever it is, it's that way. So that's where I'm going. If you would like to join me, I love company.
Sure, you can follow me.
Oh, okay. I guess that's the arrangement we came to. And I follow the tiefling towards the bell.
Yeah, so we just go in that direction, I suppose.
Towards the gate, I guess.
Yeah.
Where the ruckus is.
Okay. And just popping back quickly then to the other half of the party, what are you guys doing now that you've heard this alarm system being raised?
Oh man, we're gonna have to take this gentleman out of here and immediately escort him back. That's the bell. You know what that means, don't you?
Mom, we're gonna have to escort you out of here as well, actually.
That's right.
Well, yes, this is an alarm. You must make haste.
Very alarming indeed.
See, it is the uprising. They are rising up against this. I was such a good god. I was such a good cleric, and now they've reduced me to nothing.
You shut your
I got it
mouth.
back now.
That's very bad talk. You shouldn't do that. Let's escort this lady out of here. Come on, Typhid Mannington. I'm gonna start escorting.
Follow us. We'll lead you to a safe route.
Yeah. So are we planning on taking him back to? Are we gonna fucking kidnap this woman? The leader of the.
Seems like it might be what we're doing.
Kidnap the leader of the fucking army. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Will. Yes, we can. So I'm gonna start walking back. This is a secure route that only us guards know about, and we're gonna start leading her down the route we came. Basically, I guess we have to go near the bell to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case.
Or, I mean, we're going back down to the prison cells and down out through the sewer. Is that where we're trying to take a leave?
Yeah, I'm panicking. I'm panicking right now.
Okay.
That's he's like, I don't know, this is the only way I know out of here, and so yeah, I guess that is the plan.
I have to follow your lead because you said that you're in charge of me, so.
And I'm just like, I'm trying to go along with it and be a rabble rouser.
Yeah. Do we have to pass by the commotion, the bell?
You could roll multi perception checks, if you may. Be very.
Spot a bread-eating tiefling over there. 18.
22 for Flintnerk.
Both good rolls.
Nice.
Tyrus, let's see it.
I rolled an 11.
11. Okay, not so great, but that's fine. As you are making haste back through the hallways, you see there are 2 armed guards dragging with them a man that seemed to be dressed like a guard, but in quite an older uniform. And you would recognize this to be Joseph Chen, the leader of the old guard.
Oh, yeah, the guy who we took to the first aid kit who was drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. As a reminder, are our disguises, like, are we just wearing guards' uniforms, or do we have, like, fake faces on?
Only Artie has a full disguise. You're just wearing a uniform.
Okay, so...
Yep.
Okay.
So he needs to make a roll, which I'm going to do just now. He will look up at you, Tyrus, and he'll just start like yelling. But there he is! That's the one! Tyrus, we're doing it!
Get him!
I got everybody involved!
I panic and go for him.
That's right, Mr. Red Starter Resolution.
Yeah.
In the first hour of the first episode.
This is why I told you.
Who's this Tyrus you're talking of?
This is
My name
Typhod.
is Typhod.
Common mistake.
So are you tackling him, Will?
I'll like grab him. I'll put a hand on him and like look towards Chen to see if look askance, I suppose. I've got him.
You can roll me a strength check to see if you can get a good grip on him. He is writhing like a lunatic.
Like a worm.
And there's 2 guards here as well, right?
There's 2 armed guards who are struggling to keep him under control.
Strength is a 24.
You are able to ground him. You slap your
really fucking
hand
strong.
on his shoulder, and he immediately stops.
Yeah.
Stay back, my lady. He's a raving lunatic.
I don't understand you. You're working for them. You cowards.
I'm gonna turn around and try and grab her.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Alith?
Yeah.
I don't know. I panic and ungrab him and grab her.
I want to try and grab her and
I'm
throw
kinda
her
like
over my
behind-
shoulder.
I assume I'm like behind Alith. I mean, is our march, because y'all were leading the way, then Alith, then I was the prisoner in front of the guard, Artie, who has the body on his back. This isn't going to get bad. This isn't going to go badly at all.
Can you both make me strength checks for grabbing
If
Billy?
only we had 2 companions to help us.
21.
That'd be convenient, wouldn't it?
10. Fuck. 21 though. That's good.
Tyrus, you're able to grab him, but Karazim, you're a bit too stressed out about all this going on that you just can't get a grip.
Wanna go
So
home?
Tyrus now has Alith.
Yeah.
Tyrus is now holding a leaf
Get.
Right, over the shoulder.
over his shoulder.
Oh, I thought you were like daggering to throat, sort of hostage situationing. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no. I want to take her and get out of there.
Okay. We must go, my lady.
Let's get out of here. Run. Tyrus
So
hobbles.
as you head back down that hallway, leaving the 2 armed guards looking very confused, still trying to maintain Joseph, roll me another perception check.
Good night.
Oh, yeah.
15.
19, 18.
23.
Okay.
Nice.
So you do all see the figures of what look like a quite tall, dashing half-elven man and a very old, hobbled tiefling making their way down a hallway adjacent to you. They seem to be heading towards...
Stop
If
right
anyone seems
there.
like military, run past and ignore them.
Yeah, I think probably it's the... Oh God, what's going on? Okay, I'm just trying to mentally think of what we've got going on. So you've got you in front, Tyrus is in front with Alith.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess I'm behind you guys with Artie behind me with the body. And then... Yeah, I know, right? And then Karazim behind, and we are about to bowl into the Croissant Brothers up in front of us.
Correct.
The Bagel Boys.
The Bagel Boys, that's true. Yes, because we've done croissants, so of
Yeah.
course this one episode must be bagels.
Of
Okay. The other 2 guards don't seem to be following us.
They don't. They seem to they have their hands full.
Full with Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, dude, we barrel. Are they standing between us and the escape through the sewers?
Yes.
Yeah, not even slowing down.
Yeah. Let's go, charge!
Barrel through. I mean, I'm pretty slow, so I'm hobbling through, but you know.
That's right. That's right. You're hobbling. Well, I've got Artie, who's got a body on his back.
Remember,
so
you
we're
can
not
teleport.
We're,
teleport,
we're in slow motion.
That's true. I can
charge.
teleport. Was it like up to 30 feet?
Once per day.
Up to 30
Yeah,
feet
once per day.
Yeah.
And so Galifar and Seth, you see barreling down the hallway towards you, a guard with what you know to be a leaf, one of the leaders, slung over his shoulder, somebody that looks a bit ragtag and seems to be a prisoner, and another very fat guard hobbling behind them.
Viva la
Yeah, bronze dragonborn,
Revolution.
by the way.
A bronze dragonborn prisoner.
Okay.
As a staunch supporter of the revolution, I'm just like taken aback for a moment at this just absolutely insane sight. I kind of just look slightly to my right to see how the tiefling's handling it.
Just doesn't know what to do with his hands right now. Just kind of like, what? I mean, what are you gonna do about it, big man?
You have bagels in your hands, right?
Yeah.
Can I do a dex check to see if I can grab a bagel on the way by? Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Will, you're so trying to keep this serious. I'm sorry.
The PvP. The bagel on bagel action. I'm gonna rush past them.
Yeah.
And
we rush
this isn't what it looks like, and then I'm gonna run past.
As they're trying to run past me, Seth, being a person who needs as many things as possible in life, he's gonna try and get in their way so that they knock him down.
Oh, he's gonna lawsuit us.
Yeah, yeah. Specifically, he wants to walk in front of the Dragonborn, who is clearly the biggest of them, from what I can tell. And him just
Finric,
barreling through, I want to just like step in the way.
Finric is going to have to make me a dex save to see if he can dodge the elderly tiefling who is in his way.
13. I was gonna say it's like a contested against him trying to get in the way. So,
what's your strength?
Me?
mine,
Yes.
Flinric, is an 18.
Sorry, I meant Gale's.
6?
6.
You kill this old man.
You
First
knock
kill.
into him. You take him down as you run past.
Oh God!
I'm gonna stop. Oh God, no! You can't just kill old men. I'm gonna like help him up. I'm gonna panic and grab him too and fling him over my shoulder. He's a
I was gonna
witness.
say, you're a half orc.
Yeah. I've got 20 strength, so he's a witness. He knows too much. I'm gonna grab him over my shoulder.
After this happens, I chase after them, going, "Well, if it's not what it looks like, what is it?"
This is Russian.
It's a new revolution, boy. Be ready for it.
Of course, Tyrus. Let's incite more problems.
Yeah, that didn't go badly for us at all. 2 episodes later, we get fucked by that.
So, being carried by a half-orc, Seth is gonna say, "I can't believe you would assault an old man. What's wrong with you?
You know too much, old man. I'm sorry."
Oh, I'm gonna die tonight."
Does he sound excited by that?
Excitement,
I was
depression.
gonna say, since you're kind of face forward behind me, Flinric will say, "I'll hear you later."
Oh no, not again.
As I'm jogging behind them, I use detect magic to see if there's any shenanigans going on here.
Oh Lord. We're all shenanigans.
There's so many shenanigans.
You detect a lot of shenanigans. Firstly, the first shenanigan you detect is that the quite fat-looking guard in front of you is a complete ruse. You see his real form to be what looks like a 14-year-old boy, laden with shields, maces, and the body of a dead woman, who you know to be Lariah, the mother of the revolution.
Sweet mother of God, what did you do?
It's what we're doing that you should be worried about, and we're gonna head to the sewers.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna chop my head off for even talking to you, so I guess I'm kind of in this situation now, aren't I?
You're one of us, laddie.
Just roll with it.
Fight with us or die.
Those are two
so-
horribly bad options.
I don't think we have a choice.
Can I have another
So-
croissant?
No.
Darn.
So you head out then. You're going towards the sewers, is that correct?
Yeah.
That is right, yeah.
Back to the jail cells that then have the entrance to the sewers.
Okay. You're close enough to there now that you can get into that area, no problem. You do hear the footsteps of rushing guards. They don't seem to be coming into the room that you're in, but they do seem to be very agitated and running around the embassy.
Once we get
It is all chaos.
once we get through the door, I stake the door behind us. I assume it swings into the cells.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get it, close it, and I hammer a metal stake into the bottom of the door so it can't be opened behind us.
Okay. Fine. And then you know as well the exit from this place is in the corner there with the ladder that leads down into the sewers.
So this is going to get interesting. Well, I guess with our strength and stuff, we can hand bodies, shields. Well, I can take my shield and mace back, I guess. But yeah.
Someone help me tie this woman up.
What?
Elif is terrified.
Yeah. Alith.
Let go of me.
Alith.
This is.
Alith.
What?
They've killed Lariah.
They what?
They've killed Lariah. Whatever is going on. They've killed Lariah. She was
Who has?
She was in the high security cell. And I then I bring her out of the illusion around Artie, and I have preserved her body so that perhaps we can bring her back. But
By the God.
She's dead as a daisy.
we have 10 days to find someone who can help her and perhaps give us some answers to what is happening. Alith, are you with us or are you with Dent and Tyrion? We have to know right now.
Well, Lariah is my truest friend. Roll me a persuasion with advantage, please, Flinrick.
Or else we've got another way.
I can roll an intimidation if that doesn't work.
14.
Very well, I will go with you. But I must know your real names. I highly doubt this man, which Tyrus is called Typhod. That man called you Tyrus earlier. Do you know him?
Nice one, Karazim.
Wow.
The name is Tyrus Blackhammer.
The blacksmith. I know
That's
him.
me.
And yourself? She'll point to
I'm-
the Dragonborn.
I'm Flinrick. I actually served underneath of Tyrion, but he seems changed. It does not sit well with me that he would so easily throw away the men who have been loyal to him for decades.
No, it has been a worry of mine as well. And your companions? Who might you be?
My name's Karazim. I can't say I know the names of these two fine fellas.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, good question. Who are you guys?
Oh, me? The guy you hit with a dragon boy?
That's the one.
I mean, I'm the guy who's, just hanging out, being hit by dragon boys. That's nothing wrong with that. Sethicus, at your service.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, likewise. Question, though. What's going on? Realistically, what's happening here?
That's a fair
I
enough
wish
question.
I knew.
I think we are all trying to find that out.
Hey, other guy, what's your name too?
My name, I kind of frantically dropped to me. I'm a Galather, Your Grace. I'm just a humble poet who fought for the revolution in my youth.
Well,
I actually look to Artie and say, Art, tell him to drop his illusion. Also, we're probably getting close to his hour anyway.
He will drop the illusion.
You actually might be familiar with this one. This is Artie. I hear he was instrumental in the final days of the reign.
Yes. I never met him personally myself, but I do know of his involvement, and we are grateful. And who's this small girl? She'll point to Polly, who has been waiting there.
Do you all just collect children?
That's what
Actually,
our
that's my daughter. Yeah, sorry. That's Polly. She's in big trouble. Don't talk to her right now.
Oh, hi, Polly.
Nope.
Do you want to roll?
Oh my God! Why is it with old men trying to give?
I would like to point out that I do not know this man. I met him 5 minutes before I met you. I would just... I appreciate the
pretty rude.
response, but I would like to distance myself a bit.
You
Understood.
Someone give me a yardstick.
We should get going down the ladder and out through the sewers. This mayhem, and certainly once they find that Loria's body is gone, this is not going to end well for anyone if we don't get out of here quickly.
No, certainly not. We must make haste. Let us go.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, your game. I like it. And yeah, we head through the evil sewers back home, or back to the Baker's Dozen hideout, I guess.
Okay, so you can get there relatively easily. It seems that on your way up, you dealt with the worst of the worst that came into the sewer.
Yeah.
As you go past, you do pass the assembled limbs and bloody carcass of the creature that you fought, and it stinks of the stench of decay and rot. And you notice as well as you're passing it that its body is tinged blue. Perhaps not quite sure what that means, but you head out into the sewers and you get back easily enough to the Baker's Dozen, which is empty as you enter it.
All right. We're safe now, I guess. Alith, tell us everything that's been happening in the capital.
Right, well, I can tell you what I know, which, truth be told, isn't that much. I don't get told much these days. Well, what I do know is Loria returned from Mendara, from my home, about 3 weeks ago. I must say I've been too busy. I haven't been able to speak with her. I thought she was in her own quarters, but now I see I was wrong.
Hey, say that again. Huh. Well,
Artie had told us that the Tyrion and Dent seemed changed upon returning from Mendara. How often are you in contact with Mendara? Has something changed there? They have always been helpful as
Yes,
reading through your...
As far as I know, they continue to be. They are our allies. They are my people, my home. I can say that, yes, Dent and Tyrant did go to Mendara, and yes, indeed, they did come back. I myself noticed no change. Perhaps it is a overactive imagination. You know how the young are.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Yep. 23.
She seems to very, very much believe that Dent and Tyrant haven't changed from how she's known them.
Well, I can promise you, we talked to them, and all this talk of treason officers does not sound like a particularly nice regime. And Tarian seems completely bent on it, as does Dent, and I don't know, seems kind of out of character.
Well,
Yes.
the other question certainly could be, is there something that would truly raise their suspicion about the forces here? That they are actually acting in good faith to our country by disbanding them and bringing in Mindaras? Are we on the wrong side?
Well, I mean, Tyrus is pretty quick for a revolution.
It's Tyrus.
Not so sure about that.
I think I agree with Tyrus. We didn't fight so hard
There you go.
so early on to, deal with tyranny again. I didn't put my
No.
life on the line for this kind of regime.
You are correct, and I am sorry for not doing what I could on my part when I could, and now it seems it is perhaps too late. One other thing that I do know, at least, there was a gentleman who came up to the embassy about 3 weeks ago, about the same time, in fact, that Lariah returned home. He seemed to bring news, something on some magic, I suppose they said, that was dormant here in the city. I didn't speak to him myself. He spoke with Dent, and, well, I assume he returned home afterwards, but I heard nothing of it.
Huh.
My people know of, or have heard of, this potential magic that lies here, and in the sewers on the way in, we ran into an abomination of the undead, a construct, a horrifying thing that, well, we walked by it. That was alive on our way in.
Yeah, it wasn't natural. That was magic.
My goodness.
Well, and yet, when we attempted to detect magic on it, we could not.
Who was the guy that
I see.
spoke to Den and Tarian? Is he still around?
I believe his name was Arvine, I think. As I said, I spoke not to him myself.
Sure it
but,
was an RT.
I'm sure. But I do believe he hailed from the Tempest Temple over at Warden's Walk.
Arvine.
Did you say the Temple of Tempest? Tempest.
Indeed, yes.
Interesting.
Tempest Temple.
My lady is one of the subordinates to Tempest. Perhaps I could do some digging, but that is most troubling. Tempest, of course, is very much interested in conflict and battle. Not so much
I
the
see.
strategy involved as my lady.
Okay, so here's the deal. Guy comes along, tells Dent and maybe Tarian, or maybe Dent tells Tarian that there's something weird going on with magic in this city. Okay, we know it's some kind of magical folk line or something like that. For some reason, there's something so weird going on here that Dent and Tarian need to take control of it. What if it's not something that is, what if it's not something that's necessarily bad? What if it's a source of power? Something that they desire? Something that they think that if they could get their hands on it, they could use? I don't know. That seems to be a strong motivation for people. What do they want? Money, sex, power?
Old one, you are
He's old. He might know.
magically trained. What do you know of the magics of this land?
I mean, I know a little something. What are you looking for? What do you need?
Help, information, anything you might be able to add to know of what magics could create such constructs and where we could look to find more clues.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what I know about?
Yes, you can. Arcana or
constructs?
history.
Okay.
Either is good.
It's the same roll, regardless. 12.
12.
Very smart.
You know at the very least that this city was built upon some kind of amalgamation of magical energy when the city was first created centuries ago. You don't know much more than that.
I'm afraid I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I'm more of a practical guy than, a theory. You need some work done, I can get it done, but I mean, you have to give me a few minutes. I'm a little slow. As for this beast you mentioned, that's what is alarming to me. Something that is undetectable would have to rely on some type of really raw energy, if you understand.
I think so.
Yes, it did not have direction or form. It was in agony when we found it.
It's entirely possible. It was just incomplete.
Maybe it's a, I don't know, experiment, work in progress, maybe. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
This guy knows what's up.
Thank you. I do.
But
You should tell that to my daughter. Actually, don't.
I will like squat down to Polly and go,
your father knows what's going on. You should listen to him. You need to respect your elders.
Sure. She'll turn away from you.
Great.
Bard, do you know of any lore or stories that involve such, I mean, even fairy tales or stories sometimes have some truth?
Can I roll my history?
You can roll your history. See what you know. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but you are a historian, Bard, is that correct?
Yes, I studied.
So you'd get advantage.
Double 21s.
And that's 21s anyway, so...
Blackjack.
So you know as well as Seth that the city was obviously built on this amalgamation of magical energy. You know that the ley lines of this do run throughout the city, all connecting in an area near about, or perhaps exactly whereabouts, to the arena itself, which is where peasant battles used to be fought. You also know that this energy itself, centuries ago, was in great contest. It is fought over even. It has, in recent years, died down. The energy has lessened quite a lot. So to the extent where it's not necessarily worth being fought over anymore.
All right. These ley lines have been fought over since before we've ever been around, but I mean, whatever this is, it's out of my grasp of knowledge.
That sounds like we need to talk to this temple guy, maybe.
Well, or as our friend, the tiefling said, such experiments, I would assume, require raw materials.
Would I know maybe where some of the ley lines are, where people might be tapping into this, or is that beyond?
You'd know rumors that the ley lines run through the arena and through Warden's Walk, and even the embassy. You've heard rumors that the ley lines run through those places.
Well, if they need a lot of raw energy, we can try checking places where they might tap into the ley lines. They'll have to be set up somewhere.
That's right.
That was sewers in that exact area.
It was. Did you say near the arena? The place where the previous king had the villagers fight to the death, their blood spilling on the ground.
Oh. I mean, that might do it. Trust me, I don't know anything about necromancy, but that would be a fair bit of material.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe we should check out this arena. Does anyone know who runs the place these days? Is it still in operation?
You'd know that it has been since disused. One of the promises that Dent made, having fought in the arena himself, to immediately stop use of the arena.
And just being God of War, is that arena near the Temple of Tempest?
The temple, or all temples, are situated in Borden's Walk. If you look on the map, the arena is close, but not necessarily close.
Right. Not right there. Okay.
Before we do that, Flinrick, you said you had a way to revive this woman, or you thought there might be someone who could.
Well, interestingly enough, I would have taken the shrine of my lady is within the Temple of Tempest. Now I wonder if that is the right decision.
Any cleric in the city is going to know who she is.
Correct.
It's a dangerous route.
We needed someone we could trust, and the clerics that I trust who are of high enough power to do such magics are all affiliated with the Temple of Tempest.
I can always trust
Should we
the priest.
disguise her first?
That's a good idea.
Put some sort of disguise on it from Artie.
But then if they're...
might
Yeah, I
not
don't
know.
know. If they're mages, then they might be able to see through that.
Well,
right?
a disguise kit is different. It's not magical.
True, yeah.
Yes, but you must remember, resurrection, my understanding is you create a personal contact with their soul. I'm not sure if a disguise of physical means would be able to disguise a soul when a cleric is reaching out into the void to call it back. Louise, I assume your resurrection magic is like that in this world.
Yeah.
You call out to their soul to come back to their body. Yeah, you kind of, part of it is knowing who they are.
Yeah, you would know that. Being a cleric, you'd know.
Well, I mean, the other side of that is money's a powerful thing.
This is true as well, and there are... Well, I can always go and scout out the place, see if I can find someone I trust and that can be trusted, or... Kellum might know of someone. Of a
He's a
cleric
bar
of
guy,
enough
yeah.
power.
Wait,
to do this.
hold on. One more time. Who?
Kellum. He is who
Bartender?
sent us along on this investigation.
When you say that, Seth's eyes just light up.
You know Kellum? Oh, boy. Oh, joyous day. He's a good guy.
Yes, I've made many a coin in his bar telling stories.
I talked to Kellum, then. He's a guy who knows guys, it seems like.
I once saw him punch a dude in the face. It was crazy.
Was it you?
What time it was. Listen.
You saw it from first person?
Whether or not it was third or first person, it was still great. Good guy.
Okay.
Punch.
Well, as long as we're going to be allowed in with you, let's chat to
Oh,
Kellum
it's
about all
fine.
this.
It's fine.
I'm trying to... Well, no, I guess the party... Yeah, what time is it?
It's quite late at night. You know that Kellum's bar is open 24 hours. That's part of why he is so popular within the city.
That would make you a popular guy. And well, yeah, and Tempest, the Temple of Tempest, there's always acolytes up, but anyone of importance is probably already, I would assume, is already in bed, or would I know that or not? I mean, in general, in church hierarchy,
You'd expect most people at this hour to be asleep. There's always the chance that somebody's up late working. you'd expect mainly most people are going to be resting at this hour.
Right.
Personally, I fear that I might not be a good idea for me to go out in public again. They seem to have captured a man who was spouting my name.
I wonder why he's
saying
doing
I had
that.
called for revolution.
Oh.
Almost like you exactly said those words. Weird. Yeah.
That's
Put on a funky hat, or I don't know. Break your nose.
Was
or
I
something.
wrong to do so?
Yes. Clearly you were wrong to do so.
And, gentlemen, what about me? I
Oh, you
can hardly
yeah.
go out like this.
You need a what do you mean? You need a different outfit?
No, well,
Well, it's just I'll be recognized, surely.
yes.
Wow.
She is the face of the revolution.
Perhaps you shouldn't go out.
I could
Good shot.
wait
Ah.
here.
Here, I've got something that might work. Artie, who's still mind blown. I assume he still has his clown mask, yeah?
He will have his jester mask, correct?
A jester mask and sort of jester outfit type idea.
Yes, but you do know that is suited for a 14-year-old
Well,
boy.
yeah, how big of a woman is she? No.
Right, you know, she could be petite.
She's got a very large face.
Well, and also walking around in public in a jester mask isn't going to work very well.
Yeah, they arrest people for that nowadays.
They arrest people for most things nowadays.
That is part of the
That's
problem
safe.
that we are facing, correct?
Well, mate, what about you
Perhaps.
stay here for a bit and then we'll come back and get you?
Okay.
Just leave a leaf in a sewer. Is that safe?
Well, if we leave her at the baker's dozen, that's like a house full of kids, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you get along just grand. You could look after my daughter Polly. She needs a guiding eye, actually. Why don't you tell my daughter exactly how important it is to listen to your parents?
Oh, it is always so very important to listen to your parents. They do know best. They've lived longer.
Okay,
Therefore,
not
they're
right.
smarter.
Exactly. Keep more of that. Keep it coming whilst we're gone, and then when we come back, I expect a completely reformed child.
So, I mean, can we ask Artie, because he had said that he had sort of better protections than we faced around this place, that if, that he can certainly squirrel, help hide the body and a leaf away here.
There is a trap door that leads through to an underground bunker where you can leave the body of Lariah. A leaf perhaps might stay up top with the rest of the
Right.
kids,
But
not wanting to be in the
she'll know
basement
the quick
with the
exit
body.
if she needs to, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume Artie explains that to them. And Artie, I would also suggest that you stay here as well. You are not
Alive right now.
completely well, you are not completely yourself right now, and you need to sleep this off. You need to have some rest, get some normal sleep. Polly,
I agree.
stay with him and make sure that he doesn't fall deeper into shock.
Artie will
Keep-
nod and
Keep talking to him.
Polly will
Your
lead
voice.
him over to a pile of blankets in the corner where he'll lie down.
Good lad. All right, let's head over to Callum, have a chat over there, and see what we can dig up.
Yes,
Oh, good night.
I believe that is.
Can I grab like a disguise kit from the baker's dozen somewhere or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or just
I mean,
like
there are
a
plenty of
very
them around.
wide-brimmed hat.
I was gonna say, I think doesn't Karazim have one as well because he used it to
I
disguise
do
himself.
actually, yeah, I do. Also, when you put on the disguise kit, you get a wild magic surge from Dr. Narkovich. So,
Nice.
so yeah, let's head over to Callum and have a chit chat.
Do that.
Do that. Callum, you open? Oh wait, 24/7. Callum, hello.
As you arrive at the tavern, you do see that the entire place is wrecked. Tables are overturned, glasses are smashed everywhere.
Holy mackerel, what have I been doing to you? Callum, are you in there? Callum?
You hear no response.
Oh, shite, looks like... Go ahead.
If anyone didn't deserve this, it was him.
Well,
I say as I kind of shift through some of the broken stuff.
Well, I mean, that's pretty bad. Who would do this?
Well, it's got to be the government. I mean, he was working with us, and we're probably being called known rebels now at this point, I'd imagine. So, shit.
Okay.
So, there's like a back room area, right? Is there anywhere where Kellum might like have lived? Did he live here?
There is a house that is kind of connected. It's like on the top. There's two layers. He would have lived in the upper layer with his granddaughter.
Okay. No bodies?
You don't see any bodies. Give me a perception check, though.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be 10. Guys, take a look
10.
around.
No.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, could I do an investigation on the entire place?
Go for it.
7. Man, really great. Real good.
Nailed it.
Real
Maybe
good.
some
Have a good
investigation
time.
or
Just blundering
perception as
idiots.
well?
Just flats right
So
over.
we're percepting or we're investigating?
There we are.
What do you
You've got a
guys
natural
do?
20
Oh, there we
coming
go.
in.
Oh, well, there you go.
Either perception or investigation.
Bard peeks around.
Yeah.
You see, there seems to have been 2 nat 20s. Goodness gracious
Baby.
me.
Wasting them.
This is my life.
You see that you immediately sense that there was a fight here. Like, this is no normal kind of tavern brawl. This was an organized situation, and there's chaos just ensued around it. You would both know, having been here before, that there is a back room that connects the tavern to the alleyways, and you hear some noises coming from there.
Oh, straight there.
Yes, sprinting.
Yeah, let's go.
This way, guys.
Limping.
Okay.
Sort of just walking slowly.
You pull open the door, and ahead of you, you see Kellum's granddaughter crying her eyes out, huddled up into the corner.
Do we know her name?
You know her name is Amelia.
Amelia, dear. What has happened to you? What has happened?
She'll immediately look up, just fear in her eyes. She's like, and she'll recognize you and start to come down. Her breathing will start to even out again. She's like, they took him. They took my granddaddy.
Where did they take him? Who took him?
I don't know. They came in. They looked like guards. They started calling him all sorts of things, and
Were they?
he wouldn't go.
Were they local? Were they Mandarin? Did they sound weird?
I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
They-
Okay, so. Were they dressed
No,
like normal guards?
No.
Well,
Something different.
sorry, no treason officers in, because the guards have been disbanded. It can't have been them.
They asked him to go with him at first, but obviously he didn't. He put up as much of a fight as he could, but there was too many of them, and she'll devolve into crying again.
I understand. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get him back. We'll get your granddad back for you.
With detect thoughts, if I use detect thoughts on her, could I possibly see some of like what she saw, because it's what's on her mind, so I could possibly get a better understanding of.
Yeah, certainly.
Nice.
All right, so I cast detect thoughts on her.
Do I need to do anything on Amelia's end for that?
I think she makes a wisdom saving throw. Initially, you learn the service thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind. As an
Is
action,
a 14?
a 14 is my save, so it is a success.
It's a success. You attempt to... Is it a success for you, or a success for her not letting you do it?
It's a success for her stopping me from doing it.
Okay. So you attempt to access her thoughts, but they are so muddled and so jumbled that you just can't make any sense of them.
How old is she, roughly?
She is in her early 20s.
Okay, all right. Seth is just gonna plop down next to her in her little corner. Now, I know this is very difficult, but do you know anything else? Where they said they were taking him? Maybe they were taking him to a house, or...
I don't quite know, but I believe they said he was to be executed at dawn. Yeah, at dawn.
Okay. Flinrick, my boy, do you know where they would... I mean, you might have a little more experience with these brute types. Do you know where they might be taking him? Where's the hip happiest place for an execution?
Well, I would assume they would be held back at the embassy. And can I do I guess it would be a history check to see if there were gallows or anything when we were out in the training yards in that whole sort of military fields, if there was actually a gallows out there?
Yeah,
That'd be
you
a
could do
history
a check
check.
for me.
12.
A 12. On a 12, you don't recall seeing any gallows in the embassy itself, but you would know that in the city itself, on the area where the upper quarter and the market square connect, there is a gallows there, which has been famously used for the recent executions in the city.
Well, I don't believe they are prepared. Well, if they want to make an example, they wouldn't do it behind the walls of the embassy. While he might be imprisoned there, they would take them to the public gallows there near the upper quarter.
Yeah, probably gonna make an example of him.
Well, and Seth will sort of get up from his spot on the floor, sort of dust off his raggedy robes. Say, well, I guess we better go stop that, shouldn't we?
Please, please do.
Oh, I don't
Girl,
know.
did they try to take you too, or were they just after him?
I wasn't in the room at the time. I was here checking stock. I heard it happening and I peeked out and I was too scared to do anything.
How
I
long
need to
ago?
go check on my wife. Karazim, you should do the same.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've come this far, but, well, I guess I'm probably on the list too now, so... You wanted me fighting, you got me fighting. But yeah, I need to check on my family first.
I don't think anyone would expect anything less. If need be, I can stay here with the girl while you check on your families. We'll meet up here and take off for the... And he kind of like looks to the ground for the gallows.
Galathar, would you like to join me to go to the Temple of Tempest to see if there is anything to be found there?
Yes, I will. I fear we should not travel the streets alone in these dark times.
I would agree. Certainly, after what happened in the embassy this evening, I don't know if any of us are safe.
So the plan is, are we splitting the party again?
Yes, look at that. Let's split the party again.
4 ways.
Rule number 1, always
Down
split the
middle.
party.
Always split the party. Okay, so Tyrus, you're going off to see your family. Karazim, you're going off to see yours.
Yeah.
Seth, you're staying with Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
And Flinrick and Gutfield, you're going to Temple. Is that correct?
Correct.
Cool. Okay. We will start then, in that case, with Tyrus, as you head off towards your home.
Right.
Is there, just a quick question before we split up, is there any logical sort of loop, of this, of being like, if everything's fine with your family, we're going to be at the temple, something like that, or if we're all in different directions, then I guess we'll all just end up back at Killam's bar. But I mean, I just don't the layout of the city.
I think if once we're done, we go back to the baker's dozen.
That's actually probably even better. Maybe that Seth should take Amelia to the baker's dozen.
Yeah.
And then us all meet back there. That makes more sense. Yeah. Much more sense than going back to Killam's bar.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good. Okay, so Tyrus, please describe to me what your home looks like. Where is your home?
So my home is atop the bakery / blacksmith that my wife and I run. The Hearth and the Forge is what I think I decided on naming it. It's a pretty sizable place. We've been able to grow the business pretty well since the revolution, and so I guess as I approach it, I'm gonna try and be a little bit stealthy, just in case there are people nearby, and gonna see if I can see anyone.
As you reach your home, can you roll me a perception check, please?
7.
A 7. You don't necessarily notice anything. You realize, yes, you don't have a family. You're on your own. With a 7, you don't realize necessarily anything seems to be out of place as you approach your home. You happily walk inside, expecting to see people in there. However, you don't. It is empty. But everything seems to be in order. It doesn't seem as if there was a fight that took place here.
God damn it. In their sleep, or they took them. They won't see the last of this. And he's going to just storm out and try and go back to the baker's dozen, and wait for a short while at least for them to return.
Okay. And
he'll go back and he'll start venting to Artie about it.
Artie, who is passed out on some rags.
Yeah. He'll be blaming Artie. He'll be blaming Elif. Like, you did this. My wife and daughter are gone, missing from their home. What do you have to say for yourself? You Mendarans, you've taken them.
As you do go back to the baker's dozen, you realize a significant absence of Elif.
Oh.
She is not there either.
Well. She's not there.
She's not there.
Artie's passed out.
Artie is passed out.
Fuck. Wake Artie up.
So,
God damn it, boy. You had one job.
Fucked by splitting the party. It got so fucked.
So, Karazim, how are you?
I'm good. We got a viewer decision for retweets, by the way. So give me back my wife. Yeah. I'll go back to my house, I guess. What could go wrong?
Can you roll me a perception, please?
How troll would it be if I still have family, but Tyrus has got stolen? Nat 20, baby! That's the roll I want to succeed on.
Nat 20. On a Nat 20, you open the door of your home and describe to me your wife, please, Karazim. What does she look like? What's your wife like?
My wife is also a half-orc. So together we create four orcs.
4 orcs.
Yeah. She's kind of small, but she's a half-orc, so I guess that's relative. Pretty blonde hair, and she works like weaving stuff. So she's got delicate hands.
You see her there, sat at the kitchen table. She looks up in surprise as you come in.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Is everything okay?
Yeah. Are you all right?
No, not really. I can't say I am. Listen, there's some stuff that's going on that I think I might have been caught up in. You know that friend of mine, Tyrant.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
The blacksmith.
Uh-huh. we bitch about Tyrant all the time. That guy, yeah. Well, turns out that he and that other guy, Flinrick. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Turns out that we ended up getting kind of drunk one night, and now we have been marked by the government as revolutionaries, but we're not.
Right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
So, right, and where's Polly in all this?
Yeah. So, turns out Polly's on drugs.
What?
Yeah.
That girl. She'll have a stern talking to when she comes home. I'll tell you that.
Well, you know what? I think what's best for her now is I've sent her to my brother's place. She's, you know what he's like, very strict.
Yes.
Bahamut guy. He's gonna clean her right up, and it shouldn't be more than a couple of days, and then she'll be back. But I think that's what's best for her right now.
No, okay, no, I agree. She needs some sorting out, that girl.
Absolutely. So
I will not have drugs in this house. You know that.
I do, as do neither will I. So listen, if anyone comes to the door that you don't recognize, then just run. Just go somewhere. Go to your sister's place and stay there and send word to me, because I feel like there are these new guards, these treason officers, and they seem to think that I've committed treason. So I don't want them hurting you. So if you hear anyone knock on the door you don't recognize, then just get the hell out of here.
Right, and you'll be safe too, yes?
I am. I'm going to be safe. I think for now it's best just for a couple of days that I stay with my brother and look after Polly and just kind of straighten her out, you know?
Karazim, you promise me you will be safe.
I will be as safe as it is possible to be in the city at this moment. I think it's quite a dangerous place, but I'll try my best. I promise you I'll be safe. I promise you I'll be safe.
Thank you. Then I suppose you'd better go do whatever it is you have to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go clear my name. Or start a revolution. I don't know which. Yeah. Anyway, good luck, and yeah, just like I say, if anyone comes, just out of here, and then I'll sort things out. Okay. I lean in to give her a kiss, and I give her a tight hug. I love you. I'll see you soon.
I love you too.
Okay. And I'm gonna head out back to the place. What the hell did you do with a leaf?
The boy passed out and let her leave is what happened.
Oh, this incompetence.
I know. And is your wife okay?
She's fine. She's there. I told her Polly's on drugs. I had to tell her something. I couldn't tell her she's starting a revolution, could I? So I gave her some story about her being on drugs and us starting a revolution, and she's safe. What about yours?
They took her.
Oh.
They took them both.
Oh, gods. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, friend. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. I promise you. And so I promised my wife we'll get back her grandfather, Callum, and we'll get back your wife and daughter.
So Galifar and Flinrick You are on your way to the Temple of Tempest. Is that correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right in saying
Yes.
that? Fantastic. Okay, so do you just head straight there?
While we're
I'm
walking,
heading that direction unless you want to have something you would like to do, Galthar.
yeah, while we're walking there, I'm just I make conversation with him, saying, "So, did you fight in the revolution as well? Is that what I heard you say earlier?"
Yes, I was a field medic under the service of Tyrion.
I fought as well. I was only 18 at the time, just a simple grunt, but I lost a brother in the fighting pits, so it made me. I don't want to see the city go back to that.
It was a terrible time for all of us. It is such a shame that all that we fought for apparently is reoccurring again. We thought we had all the information, that we had the right strategy to cut off the head, to take away Ibis would save us all, but here we are, literally 1 year later, and we're seeing those same winds of tyranny taking hold in our city again.
Maybe we cut off the wrong head. And if we did, that means the king's blood is on our hands, doesn't it?
It does. I cannot absolve him of his actions, though. He was a tyrant. But whatever drove him to that seems to now be driving the good people who overthrew him. And I believe that we must find what that source is and try to save them from that corruption as well.
And it's here as well that I'd like to bring in the viewer decision. Our party are going to run into an NPC. Could be anything, could be anyone. Who are they going to run into, basically? Who is this NPC?
Nice. Name and describe the NPC we're about to run into, guys, underneath that line there in chat.
Please be my wife and daughter.
Don't be that kind.
Yeah. So, I mean, the shrine of the Red Knight, the Scarlet Lady, the Our Lady of Strategy, is, as being, since she is was basically raised to godhood by Tempest, it's not as though she has her own temple here. It is just a sort of a shrine, a little wing, kind of like how in big Catholic churches you kind of have, like a narthex. God, I got to remember my history of architecture, the different parts of a church. But anyway, little chapel. We'll say it's more like a chapel that's to the Red Lady, but the main temple, the whole big shebang, is to Tempest.
Correct.
And I go in trying to find, I guess, my mentor in the teachings of the Red Lady, Our Lady of Strategy, the Red Knight, to see if I can possibly find her.
You'd find your mentor pretty easily. He's quite an elderly, greying man who seems to be kneeling at an altar.
I do my sort of prayers. Red Knight, I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe like chess piece moves, but I'm sorry to disturb your meditations, but I am troubled and need your guidance.
Flinric, it is good to see you again. It has been too long, brother, too long.
Yes, with the war and caring for those with long-term injuries, I have neglected my daily penances and my studies of strategy. I miss our games from when I was just an acolyte and you were teaching me how to think.
Well, you are here now, Finric. That is all that matters. I suppose you are in need of fort now, more than ever.
Yes.
Why else would you be here?
I am. There are too many pieces on the board, too many possible moves. My skills are not enough that I can decipher.
Have you thought about cheating? I say with a chuckle.
I sort of glare. One cannot cheat strategy.
The mentor will give you a slight smile, a quirk to his lip.
Yeah. There is so much moving right now. It seems as though our four queens that we placed upon the board, the pawns that made it across and became the queens, the most powerful pieces, have now turned into tyrants themselves. I also regret to inform you that one seems to have fallen. Perhaps for good or ill, but is no longer on the board.
And pray tell, who might that be?
I've heard that the High Cleric of Tempest made visits to the embassy before these changes affected our city. Do you know what the High Cleric was up to, or what his motives might be in this?
I believe I know to what you are referring to. Arvine, a good friend of mine. He was researching the city, in turn, the magical effects of this city we call home. I don't know myself quite what he found, but whatever it was, it seemed important enough for him to run up there with his tail between his legs immediately. I must say I have not seen him since. I picked up a bit of his research in his absence, see if I could find out what's going on, but most of his notes are hastily scribbled and illegible. I can't make any sense of them.
Would they seem to have anything to do under the city in one of the focuses that our young friend has pointed out? We encountered a horrible abomination of undead pieces and parts congealed into a screaming, writhing mass of agony, yet without true form or magic to give it shape and purpose, just a creature of, I don't even think instinct is the right word, a creature of pain incarnate. Could the magics of this place have created such a thing?
He'll look at you for a moment and then turn his back as he reaches out to fetch a leather-bound book. He opens it and there do seem to be some very illegible scrawlings and diagrams and pictures of things that you don't necessarily understand on first glance. And he'll rifle through them and come to a stop on a certain page. And on this page there are depictions of very much what you were describing, just monstrosities of fusations of human beings, of humanoids, of creatures that do look to be in pain. And he'll show the page to you and be like, is it anything like this, brother?
It was this all but exactly. Maybe with less pieces, maybe more. It was horrible. Even my skill at deterring and turning the undead only separated a mere scant of these wretched souls from that form.
I see. Well, this simply will not do, will it, brother?
No. Like I said, I do not know now where our path lies. There are so many pieces, the Mindarans, the changes in both Tyrion and Dent, and the state of Loria and Alith.
In times of strife, brother, there are great struggles and great chaos that comes with it too. I suggest to you, keep focused on one particular aspect. It is too easy to be bogged down with details and things that surmise on the sidelines. Try not to stray from any particular path. It is possible that whatever force is controlling this is attempting to confuse you, to lead you off track.
Very well. I will pray for guidance of what is the correct path to take and focus on it. Both seemed so dire at the time. Try to save the living people or the dead, it seems, but both unspeakable.
Sometimes I do wonder, brother, if it is better to be alive or dead. Indeed, there is less pain in life, in death, than life.
I don't think that thing was in less pain than those of us alive are.
It is true. It was pure pain and agony made form and motion. Trapped souls. Perhaps that could be our explanation. Perhaps what has happened is tyranny, not the loss of one's soul. Don't know, and because I don't want to waste time if this really won't help. I was going to do a ritual cast of an augury. Have Arvine help me with a ritual cast of augury, which basically it's by casting Jim and Laid Sticks, whatever. The GM chooses from the following passable omens: wheel, woe, wheel and woe, or nothing. Basically, it sounds, I guess, of something that will happen in the next 30 minutes. Of a specific, I basically say a specific course of action that I plan on take, and whether the following possible opens, either good, bad will come of it, or good or bad will come of it. Are we getting anything? Basically, are we getting any more out of this guy, or should I move on? Let the plot move on.
So you can definitely do the ritual. So the ritual lets you see your course of actions.
Correct.
Within a 30-minute time period.
Yep. So yeah, basically, I'll read it up entirely for you. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. GM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel, good results; woe, bad results; wheel and woe for both good and bad, in the middle; or nothing if it's not especially good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting of additional spells or loss or gain of a companion.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that and see what you might find out from it.
So I look to Arvine and go, I'm sorry, Arvine was the other guy. Actually, yeah, what is this guy's name? I'm sorry.
You'd know him to be Sefri.
Sefri. So I look to Sefri and so, will you join me in placing the pieces for an augury on our actions to come?
Of course, brother. It has been too long since we worked together. I would be honored.
I would like to see if we gather our friends and go after the source of this undeath, this stealer of souls, what our possible fate might be, and set up sort of a ritualistic chessboard for us to almost kind of, I guess, Ouija board it a little bit to see how the pieces move as we contact the Red Knight for a reading.
Okay. And as you both close your eyes during this ritual, this sensation washes over you. And when you open your eyes, you see you are no longer stood in the temple. You are stood beneath the arena itself, both you and Sefri there. Ahead of you, you see bodies, countless bodies piled up underneath the arena. They seem to have been freshly dyed. Their bodies in themselves are tinged blue and their veins pronounced. They don't seem to be connected in any way, not like the figure that you saw in the sewer, but it still seems somewhat unnatural.
We had our friend warned us that perhaps the blood of this place could be feeding whatever is happening. Apparently the lady believes, our Scarlet Lady believes as well. Thank you, Zephyri.
You are welcome. He seems a bit shaken. After seeing this, he seems a bit shaken, like you are welcome.
I was taking notes of them ritual together in kind of my journal that I use to create my stories, and when they're finished, I stand up almost chipperly because I didn't see this horrible thing. Go, so, what we thinking, good or bad?
Well, death. I don't believe I was unable to get a read of whether the course will bring us pain or joy, or what the outcome may be, but we certainly, the arena seems to be where our paths lie. Do you agree, Zephyri?
It seems that way. As is told, all paths lead to the same exit. It could be that this chaos that is surrounding you now will, in time, abide. And you will always end up in the place you are meant to be.
Yes. And we just try to have all the pieces arranged correctly when we move to our final place, as the lady has taught.
Agreed.
Thank you, Zephyrus. Thank you for being here.
And thank you for turning to me. I'm here, always, if you need my aid.
Yes,
It was a pleasure to meet you, brother. And I bow.
And yourself. Continue cheating, my friend.
It's got
a good way to think outside the box.
I kind of am a little bit surprised by that, but then I guess see also the logic in it. So, he's my teacher. So, note to self: don't be afraid to cheat.
Legitimate strategy.
So then I guess we head back to the Baker's Dozen,
where nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad.
Everything's
Actually,
fine.
I imagine what they did took significantly longer than what either Karazim or the rest of us did, right?
Correct.
Tyrus isn't waiting at this point. His wife and daughter are gone, and he is pissed. Karazim, I'm going after my wife. I'm going straight to the embassy. I'm going to knock on the door. I'm going to smash everyone in my path until I get to them.
Okay, I understand the feeling, but think about that. You're just gonna die. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna take you too. You saw how many guards there were there. We gotta wait for the rest of us to get here, and then we'll launch an attack together. The group of us are much stronger. You just gotta wait another 10 minutes and they'll be here.
We don't know that. And they said that they would be executed by sundown. We don't have much time.
Oh, what's the time now,
and I don't
Liz?
feel like waiting.
It is quite like a late night, early morning. You'd probably think about 3 a.m. perhaps.
Sunrise or sunset?
They're going to be executed at dawn.
Okay.
At dawn. Okay.
Shite, you don't have long, you're right. Do we have any way of getting a message to the others? Flinrick and Galliford? Is Cephicus with us here, or is he...
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Cephicus.
No.
No.
What?
Oh, you were gone. We said
We
that you
decided on this while
took
you were gone.
Amelia to the
Oh,
Baker's Dozen.
yeah.
You were away from
Oh,
people.
okay, then yes.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay,
we decided
so,
that was a better
This would be
meeting
the safest place for you to go.
so you're
Also,
a magic man, right? Is there a way to get a message or leave a message for...
Why does everyone assume I'm a magic man? I don't
You're
get
old and you've got a beard. You've got to be magic.
it. Listen,
You got that tail and horns. You must be able to do something.
I mean, I know a certain amount of magic. Perhaps, maybe. I mean,
man.
I'm not.
This man's wife and kids are about to be executed at dawn. If you can help us, you better help us now.
I mean,
My
listen.
hammer. I'm clutching my hammer. Looking at
Okay.
you.
All right. What do you need? Who do you need to talk to?
We need to talk to Flinrick or Galliford.
Okay.
Or both.
All right. Give me a few minutes. All right. So Seth is gonna pop over to a small corner and just stare at this corner, and he's gonna cast Find Familiar to summon his familiar from this nice little corner. It's gonna be a really dingy looking pigeon.
Wait, how long does this take?
To recall it, let me see. An hour.
Yeah, no.
That's not good. Never mind. Never mind
Yikes.
that. I was like, oh yeah, it can't be that long.
After
oh,
like
no.
30 seconds of you
Nah,
trying,
listen,
it's just
listen,
like.
it's fine, it's fine. Oh wait, this will take way too long. Yeah, give me a sec. Let me see exactly how long this other thing will take, because I didn't write it down like a smart man. Basically, I'm gonna be casting message, if at all
Okay.
possible.
Yeah, I can look that up for you.
The cantrip message, I have it here. It only has a range of 120 feet because I was thinking of doing the same thing.
Then I got.
My
Then I have.
dreams were crushed.
I have nothing.
Okay. Oh shite. Okay, let's leave a message on the door. Where to find it? Gone to save Tyrus's
Sticky note on Artie's head.
wife. W and D. Find us. Where are we going? We're already at
Embassy.
Gallows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just actually on the gallows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Where are the gallows again?
The
Upper
gallows
quarter, isn't it?
are
Okay.
yeah, between the upper quarter and the market square, just that patch of road there.
Yeah, so somewhere around here. Okay. So yeah, that's XOXO. Gossip Girl. I'm gonna just leave a note on the door and
Well, couldn't Polly just tell us?
well, I don't know. Is she alive? I don't know if I trust
Yeah,
these
is Polly
kids anymore.
there?
I don't know if I trust these kids anymore.
Are any of the kids there?
You can roll me perception to see if you can find
Why
a specific child.
did we
Or at
ask?
least- Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
is
also,
the body
is the dead
still
body?
there?
Yeah.
Of the body of Lariah.
Yeah.
The body of Lariah is missing.
Well,
Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I was like, if I had prepared it, I was going to so zone of truth that bitch, but I didn't have it prepared, and you can't cast it as a ritual.
And Karazim, you notice as well, you cannot find Polly.
Ah!
Okay, yeah, that whole 10 minutes. Just let's wait for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
did not
okay,
happen.
let's go.
Okay. way.
We're going.
I leave the message, gone to gallows, XOXO. And then run.
On the forehead of passed out.
I swear to God, if we hadn't have mentioned it, Louise wouldn't have said it. So, so we'd have been none the wiser, and I'd have been plodding along, just absolutely happy. It's like, oh yeah, your daughter's dead. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, let's run to it.
Thought I should let you know she's dead. So as you are running along towards the gallows, one of you make me a perception check, please.
Not me, I can't do it.
16.
On a 16. On a 16, you notice, not necessarily coming towards you, but she steps out into the road in front of you, the figure of a tiefling, and she holds out her palm to you as if to ask you to stop.
I don't have time for this. Leave me alone.
Who are you?
Keep
Going. It's about your families.
Oh,
I
turn back around.
You listen.
Okay.
Where's Alexandra? Where's Selena?
And Polly.
Well, all of a sudden you want to talk to me.
Well,
Very interesting.
you were suddenly interesting.
Yes, I want to talk to you. And by which I mean I want you to tell me everything you know, or I will crush you.
Okay, stay on now, fella.
You need to like cool your britches, okay?
You're on a 12. We need it down to a 4.
You're just like right to murder.
He does.
Talking is not cheap, friend.
Madam, what news do you have?
What money do you have? What
come
coin?
on.
I swear to God. This is not about money. There are lives at stake here. Where is my family?
Master Tyrus, if you will. What did I say earlier in the day?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to anything you said. You're not important. My family is missing here.
I understand.
Steady on now. He's a guest.
Come on. Come, bear with me here. But money.
How much money? How much money do you want?
How much do you have?
About 20 gold.
I think I've got an amount in my pocket.
All right, give it to her.
I'm glad that's gold in your pocket.
So what I want to do is I want to use my school of conjuration to craft an amount of gold in my gold pouch to make it seem heavier, and just hand it to her. There you go.
Deception on that one.
Okay, all right.
And do you need
14.
to roll for the spell?
Leave it to the tiefling to do dirty magic tricks.
I just
That's
look
the point.
at him.
Do you need to roll for the spell?
It just happens.
Okay.
What should be known is that if she opens the bag up, it will glow a bright blue.
On a 14 as well, I'd say that it seems to glow blue through the coin bag, and she'll look at it like,
It's a
have
magic
no
coin
time
bag.
for
Don't
your
worry
tricks,
about it. Hey, it's a
old
magic
man.
coin bag. Oh, who you calling old? What's
You,
all this
sir.
about?
You are wrinkled, you are old, no? You're
You're
old man.
scrawny. That's what you are. Bet your horns aren't even sharp either.
God, I've got 20 gold here. What'd that get me?
20 gold gets you, a name, perhaps.
Take
Okay,
the rest.
20 gold. I'm not quick to rise to violence, but you're testing me, lady.
Well, thank you for your consideration. She'll take your gold and immediately pocket it, and she'll look at Tyrus expectantly before turning back to Karazim. I cannot say until he pays up as well.
Oh God, just pay her the
It
damn
is
money,
policy.
Terrace.
Oh my God, I will pay her all of my gold.
Come on, you love capitalism.
I mean,
You've got to have money.
I'll give her 50 gold.
Say, weren't you a war profiteer?
War profiteer.
I'd
thank you.
rather crush her than pay her money, but it's for my family, so I'll give her 50 gold.
I thank you. You are a very considerate gentleman.
Now tell me where they are.
I am getting to it. Calm your roll, sir. Your families, they have been taken, not just by the new treason officers that they have been around, but by Dent himself. He seems hell-bent on not actually. He didn't seem to want them. He seemed to be after somebody else. He seemed to make do, perhaps, with your family. They are to be taken to the gallows, last I heard, last I saw. I followed for some time.
Oh, God.
They are waiting for something.
Dawn, apparently.
So they're at the gallows, which was
more.
where we were going.
Wait. What if this is just a trap? They know that we're gonna come running.
Oh my god. I'm going to smash with my hammer and then keep running past.
Holy shit.
Maybe an attack roll.
Not cool, dude.
Oh my god.
He's not
I
even
have
getting...
my daughter.
She doesn't.
Oh.
She's not gonna have any daughters now. You killed her.
You don't necessarily kill her, but you do hit her quite hard with the warhammer, and she gets slammed back into the wall, and you're able to run past her.
I'm so
Like,
sorry.
That was very rude. Honestly, try to make a good living out here, and this is the thanks I get.
That is
how you
not
make
an
a
honest
good living.
living.
Tyrus just loves hitting tieflings, doesn't
Yeah. It's got a thing. I'm gonna keep running. I
And
mean,
geese.
I suspect this might be some kind of trap to get us, but hey, I mean, what can we do?
Yeah.
Seth is gonna be like, oh, this is bad. He reaches and he puts like another 5 gold on her chest. He goes, I'm sorry, this is a bad time for me. And he just tries to like hobble over there. Wait, I'm coming.
And Flinrick, you guys are just arriving now back at the Baker's Dozen, and you see a hastily drawn written note pinned up to the door that does read, like, we're out at the gallows, see you later.
XOXO.
XOXO.
Well, I guess we should make haste then, huh, Fenric? I say, looking to him.
I'm trying to think, if I don't know what I know, would he still check on, would he still go inside? I'm thinking that Polly's there taking care of, he's thinking that he settled everything. Yeah, he would not. Yeah. So, yeah, he doesn't even go in. So he heads towards the gallows, knowing that Callum, just thinking that it's Callum. So, yeah. And not realizing about Belief or the body. Ugh.
Took us 10 minutes to find out, so.
So you start heading towards the gallows, and as you go past, you see there is the form of a tiefling who looks to be bleeding slightly, slumped up against the wall, clutching a bag of gold to her chest.
Did the treason officers do this? Are they battering the citizens now?
The treason officers, no sir, no sir. This was a citizen.
It's already going to hell in a handbasket without the.
Citizen.
It's already going to hell in a handbasket without the guards. This city will be aflame in no time. And I might help her. Actually, you know what? Oh, I've got my. Can I do my triage kit?
You certainly can.
So yeah, I do my field triage kit. 21. Just to sort of bandage her wounds, make sure that she's not, get her at least. It's not like a true heal spell, but it basically gets her, bandages her up, make sure it's not going to get any worse.
You'll be able to staunch her up quite easily on that, and she will look to you quite thankfully. She's like, at least there are some people in this city still who have a sense of common decency.
It will be the little acts of kindness to one another that will save us. Let us hope that this doesn't spread further.
Tyrant runs back to kill her.
Yeah.
But as for now, I must be on my way. I have more wares to sell, more stories to tell.
And
Take
we
care
have
of
a
yourself.
hanging to stop.
That sounds very interesting. I wish you the best of luck.
Me too.
You say you know things. Do you know of the gallows? Are there any where they hold the prisoners beforehand? There must be a holding area, yes?
I know many things for the right price. You see, I am very forgetful. It takes a little bit of gold in my palm to really jog the memory.
I basically take one of the band-aids and rip it off of her arm. Little bear, it's like, I'd be more than happy to undo these bindings and take them back from you, my friend.
I take back what I said about you being decent.
Little kindness in
These
return,
people in
perhaps.
the city. Roll me an intimidation.
Oh, well, I wasn't trying to intimidate her. I was trying to persuade her, but I was going to go to lightning mouth if she wasn't going to do the...
lightning mouth.
I was going to do the old lightning mouth. But, so yeah, no, I at this point, I'm still trying to be nice. So 17 on the persuasion.
All right, I will tell you. Just please put the bandage back.
Yeah, so I wrap her back up.
Thank you. I'll give you very much the same information I gave to some gentlemen that came before you. Absolute idiots they were. Anyway.
Oh, wait, idiots? Was it the half-orc and a guy with a limp?
Yes. You know them.
Oh, Lord.
They did this to me.
And there was an old tiefling with them?
Yes.
No.
He was perhaps the most idiotic of the bunch.
That's saying something.
Is there some place where they hold the prisoners beforehand? Someplace out of the way to make the presentation and do their show as they like?
I believe so, yes. There is just on the entrance to Warden's Walk, there is a underground system that is used for cells mainly. It is right next to the gallows.
I thank you for your kindness to one in the return.
I thank you for your bandages.
I do. At that point, I do give her 5 gold, and we go along.
I don't give her any money, but I say, thank you for your help. I will write songs of your beauty and compassion. I turn and follow the cleric.
Honestly, the city is going to the dogs. So
I would have to agree.
So you head up then towards the gallows, and remind me, Karazim, Tyrus, are you guys running still towards the gallows?
I think so, right?
Yeah. So
I'm trying to keep up with him, like, slow down!
You can keep up with me. I have a limp.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, hurry up!
You're like, speed up!
Wait, these are the 3 slowest people in Dungeon.
You have a bunch of old men. You got 2 dads and a grandpa.
Don't make fun of your
Yeah,
elders.
actually,
I'll slap
seriously,
you
it's
one.
like you've got Tyrus with a limp, you've got the old man, and you've got Karazim, who I'm sure at this point is
To be fair,
doing the
Karazim
ready
is
to pick them up.
highly athletic, so I can probably run, grab these guys up in my arms, my 20 strength, and run them faster.
Fair enough.
Let's go. I don't know where to
do it.
You direct me. Head running to the gallows basically. But the closer we get, I'm gonna try and slow down and say we can't just bust in there. We should try sneaking in. There's gonna be guards crawling all over the place, or treason officers.
I'd hate to admit it, but you're right.
Wow. Okay.
Go slow from here.
Didn't think you'd say that.
I mean, I was pretty forward.
All right, hold your tongue. You don't get too friendly.
Who's being friendly? Who's being factual?
Let's cool off a bit and see if we can sneak our way in.
Yeah, sneaking, huh? How many guards potentially do we see right now? Like, out and about?
Out and about in the city, you see a distinct lack of guards. There seem to be a few close units of treason officers that are making rounds, however.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can take care of a couple of them. And so he'll just crack his fingers. You know, his old bones still got a little oomph to him, you know? And he puts up his dukes.
If they ring the alarm bell again, they're just gonna come crawling. So let's try and stealth
I
them.
mean, yeah, if you want to be all fancy.
I am not a sneaky man.
Oh god, none of us are. We still got the guard uniforms on. We're still wearing the guard uniforms.
That is true. We are dressed like them.
Let's just walk right on in.
Or is it? Are these outfits that we're wearing? Are they like meant for the embassy and not for treason officers? Or is it?
Yeah, these are not treason
You
officers,
noticed-
We look like.
you
guards.
notice there's a difference in the uniform between treason officers and what you're wearing.
Okay,
Well, it might do.
it has to.
There is one small issue with that.
Oh, I accidentally clicked prestidigitation. I'm a dummy. Sorry.
I
What are
mean,
you?
I don't have your fancy suits. I'm just kind of an
Then
old
I-
guy.
You're our prisoner.
I mean, okay. Please don't
Always
hit
the
me.
plan. We've always got a prisoner.
Bring out a set of manacles from somewhere. And,
Oh, please be gentle.
And as you're in this stage of planning, just before you go in, Flinrick and Galifar, you'll have time to catch up with them.
There you are. We found your tiefling contact, who you roughed up quite nicely.
that was him. I did not take part in that.
Contact like hell. She told us that they were at the gallows. After
Yeah.
we already knew.
If you
And
would
made
have
us pay for it.
if maybe you would have treated her more nicely, she would have told you what she told me.
I mean,
There is an underground network here at the entrance of the Warden Walk that is used as cells to keep prisoners in before going to the gallows. Perhaps
Didn't
we
offer
should
that
go.
information.
Perhaps we should head there and see if we can find, or at least discover, whether or not they are there yet.
I
All
put
right,
a
let's go.
hand.
What are you waiting for? Go.
I am not a
Leave.
stealth. I am a giant dragonborn. You really think that I can sneak into this area? You, skinny musical boy. How are you at sneaking?
How am I at sneaking? That's a good question, Mr. Dragonborn Cleric. I'm okay. I'm not great.
He sort of lifts his arm up. I go clank, clank, clank. You know,
That's a valid point. I would be incredibly better than you would.
I mean,
I'm also good at tricking people. So
tricking is nice. Or also, does anyone have a way to see things from far away when they're not there, Mr. Magic Man?
why does everyone assume I'm a magic man?
You said you could make magic happen back at the thing an hour ago.
I
That
said
if we needed things
know
done, you
things.
could make them happen.
Yeah, I'm a maker-doer guy, okay?
Well, so
Listen.
make her do her some kind of wizard eye and send it down in
Okay.
there.
Listen, I don't have that kind of capability presently, all right? I have to abide by certain limitations.
Maybe the sneaky sneak is the better way to go.
I think that's the case here.
All right.
However,
Yeah, go in then.
I know from my own experience, and he sort of glares at Seth. Old men can be very distracting. Maybe you should go ask directions if there's a guard or something.
Okay.
Just go be yourself.
Sure.
And annoying.
You
Something
do
just
you.
walk in.
Go
He'll
be
just
an
walk.
old man.
So yeah, walking into, I guess.
Well,
closer.
that's to say. I mean, I guess we kind of got to know what's going on. Maybe
Yeah.
we should actually let the DM describe what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Hey, DM, hi.
Hello there, gentlemen.
Hi, nice to see you.
Thanks for coming out. So what you do see ahead of you is the gallows, firstly, which are very large, very looming, very desolate at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anybody particularly on them, but you know they have been used in recent weeks, even in recent days. Based on the information that your tiefling contact gave you, you know that these underground cells are very close by in the direction of the Warden's Walk, and indeed you do notice there is a descending set of stairs where grass turns to rock. You imagine that's probably where it is. You can't see inside of it, but you can see the steps that descend.
So, maybe are there any guards near those stairs?
There are two stood post outside. They're just talking to each other.
Are they treason officer guards? Or...
Yes, you notice their uniform to be of that color.
Seth, maybe do the old man, and I did notice that you found a way to get yourself in front of me when you were not in front of me, so I plowed into you. Maybe go break a hip next to one of them.
Yeah, go distract them, then sneaky guy, Galliffer, why don't you try sneaking in, and then, I don't know, if you need help, then the three of us will come running.
Okay, what's the safe word?
Bagels.
So I'm just gonna saunter over there. I'm gonna appear to be more decrepit than I actually am.
Right, this area, mate. This area's off limits. What are you doing here?
Oh,
Move
hello.
along.
Oh, how are you today?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm all right.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Listen,
Mate, this area out of bounds.
What?
Yeah.
huh?
It's out of bounds.
What? You got it? Come here. I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Oh, for God's sake! It's out of bounds.
And
What are they-
as I go to slip behind him, I use my prestidigitation to make a bunch of sparkles and stuff fly up behind the Tiefling as this is happening. As I'm kind of slowly just walking behind them.
Like,
Ah,
that guy's magic.
what? No, what?
What
Who's
tricks
magic?
are you trying to pull, mate?
I magically send a message to the Tiefling that says, "Sorry, mate," as I sneak in.
Oh no.
Actually, as he tries to sneak in, I'd like to try and walk basically over the entrance to it, and I can teleport 30 feet in any direction once a day.
Ooh, that's right.
Just bamf over there.
And so,
you can walk ahead. You see Seth with sparkles and explosions happening behind him, and the guards looking very distressed and very distracted.
Yeah, I want to just teleport past the guards into the cell area.
Okay, so you teleport, and you don't necessarily get in 30 feet. You don't get into the cells itself, but you get very close. There seems to be a set of spiral staircases that go further down to where you imagine the bunker to be,
Did
and that's
we
where you can
both make
teleport
it?
into.
Did we both make it past the guards then, or do I?
You're going to need to make me a stealth check,
Sounds good.
because you cannot teleport up to 30 feet per day.
As far as I'm aware.
With advantage because they're distracted.
With advantage, because they are
Final
very
man.
distracted.
All right, a stealth check. Ooh,
Hang on.
Double 21s
You get-
again.
Nice.
You'd get by no issues. They are very they're like, look at it, this guy's magic.
Oh, that's weird, right? I don't know anything about that.
What tricks are you trying to pull, mate? You do
listen.
realise this is a cell, yeah?
What? What's a what?
1 foot out of line, old man.
What?
With your magic and your whatnot.
What? Why does everyone assume that I'm magic? I don't understand.
So
Something to do with the sparkles.
What sparkles?
I look around. Are they still going off?
They would be.
Oh gods! What has happened?
It's happened
There's-
again.
There's a demon about. Someone should call the guards. Oh, you're guards. Go look for this demon. Right?
says the
This
Tiefling.
guy is crazy.
Right?
The Tiefling.
I think he might. One of them will turn to him. I think our friend here might need a little bit of help, don't you? The guy will nod, and you're going to have to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm so
9?
sorry I've done this to you,
No.
Gail.
They grab you. They both manage to grab you,
Oh, this is a bad
and one will
time.
snap your arms behind your back.
Hey, so would this count as an attack towards me?
Ooh. Warlocks.
Tieflings.
Tieflings.
No, I'd say
Yeah.
yes. This would
Okay.
count as an attack.
Hellish Rebuke. So a DC 13 deck save?
Fuck him.
They'd make that save.
No. So they take that's 8 points of damage. At least one of them does.
8 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. They will. One of them, the one that takes the damage, will step back and be like, "Ah, I bloody well told you, he's a magic man."
Oh, there's no magic here. I'm just a poor old man.
He will draw
Flinrick
his sword.
comes running in and goes, "I'm a medic. I can help with this."
Did somebody call for a
come
doctor?
running into the guy who has burns and whip out, just for show, the triage kit and start totally triaging this guy.
You successfully triage him. Congratulations.
And Hellish Rebuke. I mean, Hellish Rebuke it's kind of like
It's fire emanating from my body.
it's fire from your body, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, basically, if he was grabbing you, he's got burns up and down his body.
He
You're
is
probably-
very much burnt.
Yeah.
I totally strap his legs together with the bandages. Oh, do not worry, I will take care of this. And I got like salves, and I got like the stuff that stings real bad. This will hurt. You might want to bite down on this. And I put like a stick in his mouth. And at that point, I look over at Karazim and sort of give him a nod. Do I have another action, or do I have to wait?
I'd say that would be
That's
your
my
Not
action,
actually an
so
initiative yet.
Okay, so that's I am getting ready to now that I've strapped up his legs, I am eyeballing the other guy because
I'm going to need you all then to roll me initiative.
Thick.
Ooh.
4.
I mean, I'm not trying to
Oh,
get
that
into
was-
this fight. I'm still going downstairs. Should I still roll?
I was gonna say the two of them are probably.
Still roll for me, but you don't have to get involved in the action.
All right.
Oh God, we suck.
Yeah, that -2.
I'll just
I was
quickly
gonna say
roll for
the old
our
man's gonna be
friends.
like the lightning reflexes on it with this.
Got a 4. So I mean, probably not.
Which
So, Karazim, is that you on a 20?
I'm on a 20, yeah.
You're on a 20, so you go first.
Can I just barrel past these guys? Is it possible to just just go?
You can definitely give me a go on that, and that would be a dexterity check to see if you can make it through the burning tiefling, the man with bandages around his legs. Just a lot of chaos really at the front of this door.
Yeah, it's a 14.
It's a 14. Yeah, you'd be able to. You kind of shove one of the guards out the way, and you can barrel down towards where you can see Tyrus.
Nice. Cool.
And after that, it is the guard's go, and he is going to draw his sword, and he is going to immediately make an attack against you, Seth, for
Oh no.
hurting his friend in this way. Does a 23 hit you?
It's a nat
With a
20.
natural
Does
twenty.
Lord.
20 hit?
Listen, I want to say
Does
no,
nat 20 hit?
but yeah,
Does it hit?
but yeah.
So, Will, how often do you kill the guest?
I don't know.
Most nights. Most nights. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you'll
try.
notice that not many guests come back.
Yeah.
So you're going to take double this damage.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Oh,
going to take 10 damage.
great. That
as
was a
he
painful hit.
Slices at you with his
That was
sword.
real
And he's
bad.
like, ah!
Real bad. Yeah, I take. Oh,
He's like, I hate magic.
I'm sorry.
And following on from, and he's then going to, with the rest of his move action, he's going to move towards you, Flinrick, and he's going to kneel down next to his friend,
Yep.
and start like
Yep.
trying to get these bandages off him.
Yeah. Stay calm. Stay calm. This was you don't want to go into shock. I'm like totally still selling that I'm the medic, just trying to make things better.
I love it.
He's like, come on, hurry it up. And on that, it is, well, it's all go. Gallopher.
Sit down in
So,
the tunnel.
me and Tyrus, were we kind of like sneakily going down this, or Tyrus, when you teleported in, were you just full sprinting down the stairs?
You're muted.
Oh.
Sorry.
Not you. Tyrus was.
I'm going down as fast as I can. You can definitely go faster than me and stealthily if you want, but Tyrus isn't really making an attempt to be stealthy, nor really should he. It wouldn't really matter. He's got a -2 in disadvantage, so.
Yeah, I kind of noticed stealth was blown, and I turned back to the tiefling, and I go, I'm really sorry about that. I hope you feel better, as I cast Healing Word to heal him.
Give me that roll. Yeah.
Is a
So that's 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. Cool.
All right. That's 5 health, you know. And I continue down the staircase.
Okay. So the staircase isn't necessarily too long. So on your movement, you can get to the end of that staircase, and you see in front of you there is a large wooden door that appears to be closed.
I use my Healing Word's bonus action, so I still have my action left, and I use that to try to open the door.
Okay, you open the door, and it does appear to be locked.
Ooh. I have no way to... A locked door stops me dead, so I wait for Tyrus.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I hear anything from the other side of the door? But Tyrus doesn't care at this point. He's gonna take his hammer and try and smash it.
Make me an attack roll against the door.
I just jump out of the way as he comes down, just barreling down with his warhammer.
A 10 is a hit against the door. It's not the hard thing to hit. It's not like, a paralyzed man in a cell. It's not that difficult. So and on an 11 as well, you can make a very large, sizable hole in the middle of the door that you hollow out.
Big enough
it
for me to
come off its hinges itself.
Climb through, or okay, I guess that's my turn.
And following from there, Flinrick, I believe. Yeah, Flinrick or Seth, it would seem. Whichever one of you wants to go first.
You can go ahead, Seth, and I can do cleanup to see after you, whatever you do.
So looking at Flinrick, he just kind of like, are we going?
I'm still trying to, and again, you're not going to, it's not like you can read Dragonborn lips. So, I mean, basically, I'm going to keep on with I actually hand the other guard, I go, this is worse than I thought. Here, hold this. Yeah, to save his life, we're both going to have to work on getting this burn. It's infecting him. You must help me, or your friend will be dead. I'm trying to, hopefully, our tiefling buddy will take action to get himself away from here. I can try to mouth run to him, but I'm Dragonborn. I don't have lips.
I speak. I know Draconic. It's assumed. Maybe I could help I could pantomime from a Dragonborn's mouth. Maybe. Who knows? But seeing that, he's just gonna go, bye.
Yeah, he's
off.
And top of the round, that is.
Karazim, who went plowing by.
So I've plowed by the guards. I'm down by. I guess I can run and be down by where Flinrick and Cephicus are. What do I see when I run down there?
You run down. You see Flinrick. You see Cephicus. So you see Tyrus and Cephicus, and a large, sizable hole that seems to have been made by the hammer of Tyrus in a wooden door.
I will join him. I have a great sword, so I guess I will. I'll do that.
Make me that roll, sir.
All right. Let's say d20 plus 6. 13.
13's enough to hit a door. It's not that hard.
It's a door.
It's all right.
I like it. Okay. Great sword.
Do some damage.
D12, right?
How are you hitting this with your sword, just out of curiosity?
Alright. I guess I'm like trying to cleave through it and make a new door within this door.
There are some cracks that appeared in the wood from the hammer that you could probably use your sword to leverage through.
Yeah.
And on a 6, you can definitely make the hole wider. So you think that perhaps you might be able to fit through it now.
Go through.
Squeeze. It'll be difficult, but
I'll try
Can we
and
see
squeeze
through
in
it?
there.
Do we?
you can definitely see through it. Yes.
Yeah, I'll try and squeeze through. I don't know if that's the end of my turn, but that's what I'll be doing, I guess. See what's inside.
Cool. And then on next turn, it will be the guard up by Finrick, and he will hastily take what you're giving him. Just panic. He'll be like, what? I don't know what I'm doing with this. What do I do?
Just you hold this, and then you'll see. I need to wrap more of this around. But whatever you do, don't let this man fall asleep. Keep talking to him. It's like hold his head up. Hold his head up. He might choke and die.
Oh, okay, it's okay. You'll look out. You'll go. There's still that bloody tiefling out and about.
Do you want your friend to die? Or do you want some old man magician? Heck, he's practically a snail. We'll get him later. Save your friend. Save your friend.
Okay. He will like hold. He's holding bandages. He's trying to hold like his head up. He's doing his best.
I've got
to
him
follow your
like
instructions.
completely covered with. The triage kit is basically spread out over him. I've got like it's stuck on his shield. It's like if there's a pike on top of his helmet. It's like, oh, this will hold here, and like it's an IV drip. I don't know. I'm totally just bullshitting him. And just panic and using like iodine, so it looks like there's more blood than there really is.
You're a crafty cleric.
Strategy.
Gallifrey.
See.
I appreciate it.
Gallifrey, it is your turn. You are down at the entrance to the cells.
So, is Karazim, is he like halfway through the hole, like climbing through it, or did he not start climbing through it yet?
I'd probably try as soon as possible, so I guess if you gave me a kick from behind, you'd probably push me through.
Well, is the hole big enough for me to just like reach my arm through and undo the latch, then open the door instead of us all climbing through the door? So he's like halfway in the door, and I just unlatch it and open it. I walk in and look into the room.
You'd sense that with the door, it's less of a latch and more of a physical lock.
Oh darn.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Okay,
you usually can't unlock a cell from the inside.
Yeah, that wouldn't work too well.
All right. What does inside of through the hole look like?
Well, most of it is currently taken up by a half orc.
Half-orc butt.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just like grab his butt and just try to push him through. I'm like, I'm really sorry about this.
Oh my God.
As I'm trying to
Perfect.
force him
So
through the
good.
door.
Give me a strength check on that one, so you can push him the rest of the way through.
Do you want me to do athletics or just
Either strength or
strength?
athletics.
It's the same, I think. Ooh.
Butt cheek athletics.
Not
They're too firm.
On a 6, you're a bit too reserved to properly give him the shove that he needs to get through, so he doesn't budge much further.
I go, well, I'm sure you're gonna really be able to get through this door. I have complete confidence in you, and I pat him on the back and give him my bardic inspiration.
Ah, thanks.
And with that, Tyrus, I believe it's your go?
Yeah, I think so. If he's blocking the rest of the hole, I guess I'll also try to push him through. Just take my hammer and take the head of my hammer and push.
Give me that strength check.
My poor butt.
Nat
Nat
20.
20.
Oh my
You
God.
push him through, no problem. You've had enough.
Straight through.
You
Push a few butts in my day.
Wow.
Karazim, you just roll out into the dark and dimly lit hallway,
I'm through.
and from there, Finrick, what would you like to do?
this would be.
He's actually
up to you.
speechless.
Well, I'm being sneaky, but I'm GM call on this. I would think that I would have, in a triage medikit, that I would probably have chloroform or something of the like, so that if I had to do an amputation or something,
you'd have the equivalent to chloroform.
Yeah, so I pour some on this thing, and I'm like, this is the most critical part. This is the most critical. I give it to his friend and say, hold this against his mouth and nose. This is critical, so that he will not die.
Yeah, no, I've got it like this, yeah.
Exactly like that. Hold it right like that, and then can I do a sleight of hand to be able to get up and get one on him as well?
Yes, give me a sleight of hand for that.
Does this smell like chloroform?
Yes. Come on, baby. 15.
15 is enough.
So, he's chloroforming his buddy. I'm chloroforming him, and as soon as they're out...
He kind of struggles into it. He's like... And he just slumps down, unconscious, on the body of his friend, who is also unconscious.
Yep.
But not bleeding, because he's bandaged.
Because he's bandaged. Because, of course. And I will I will look around to see if we're kind of being seen. Since we were making quite a commotion.
You can give me a perception.
I guess perception, yeah. 7.
7. You don't see anything. You don't see any signs that anyone's noticed you. And being now that both of our guards are unconscious, we will now be coming out of initiative. So, Karazim, as you are the only one that is in this cell, what you see when your eyes do seem to finally adjust to the light is you are currently in a very dimly lit dark hallway. At the end of it, you do see that there is a guard who seems to be sleeping on his post. He doesn't seem to be paying any attention. And just further, which you can just barely make out in the very dim light of torches that are lined sporadically throughout this corridor, you do see some cells. And if you can roll me a perception check, please, Karazim.
I'm historically either brilliant at these or terrible. Terrible.
You cannot make out the figures in the cells, but you do know that you can at least tell there are people inside of them.
I'm going to shout, Polly! Polly!
You do hear a response, Dad! And that's where we're ending
today's
episode of Tyrant's Rule.
Nice. Awesome. Well, that's what we're wrapping up for today, my friends. Wow, that episode was a lot of fun. That's if you guys enjoyed today's show, please do let us know in chat, and stick around here. We're going to go on another encounter raid here in a few moments' time. If you enjoyed the show, of course, hit that follow button and join us if you haven't already. But let's go around. Let's go to Louise first of all. Louise, did you have a good time? And where can we find you online?
As always, had a great time, and it's been really good having guests on as well. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Very excited with how the campaign is going. I'm hoping you're all enjoying it too.
Oh, yes.
If you wanted to, you could find me on the tweeters at No More No Less, where I tweet fun things all the time, 100% of the time, maths and statistics.
Wow.
Always. You can also find me on Twitch at Accidental Legend. I put them both in the chat there. And on Twitch, I do map making, mainly for Dungeons and Dragons, and I make them with the chat, and it's very exciting.
Cool.
We make some crazy, cool, fun stuff. So stop by, because it's fun. I promise. Please, it's fun. I promise.
Fun is promised. Laughter is mandatory. Fantastic. Speedy, yourself.
Hi, I'm Speedy. Today was awesome. I'm concerned about my wife and child. I hope they are there. This has been going absolutely great. I love every turn this has taken. I'm not so speedruns on Twitch and Twitter and everything. I play D&D and a variety of games. I have actually one quick announcement that I want to make. I'm going to be starting a brand new series on my channel in the game Blades in the Dark. It's going to be super cool. Louise is going to be in it. We're going to have Video Store Cowboy DMing, and it's also going to be run in conjunction with another channel, Unmade Gaming. If you know Mike from also other shows.
Oh, God, not that guy. Wow.
Right, so the same DM is going to be running the game on both of our channels, and both of our crews are going to be playing in the same world, either against or with each other, or just in parallel. Blades in the Dark is a really cool system that involves playing as gangs in a criminal fantasy world. So we'll be.
It's gonna be good.
Quit while you're ahead, man. When it comes with Mike, just quit while you're ahead. I wish I had.
Right. But yeah, that is my announcement. That'll be Thursday nights on my channel starting next week. So absolutely come check that out. It's going to be a hell of a time. So thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Tour School.
Hey, I had a blast. What a fun campaign this is turning into, with so much depth of story and world that you have created. Thank you so much, Louise. It is great. You can find me here on Tuesday nights or on my own station, Tall Squall, where we do play The Vice, a campaign called The Vice, on Saturdays. I do run my channel 100% for charity. This month's charity is the American Cancer Society, and we will be finishing off the month with a extended session for us, an 8-hour session of The Vice on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend to wrap up our fundraising for the American Cancer Society. So we'd love to have you all join in. If you're unable to give, I do encourage everyone to at least check out the American Cancer Society's webpage. It has amazing information and education for yourself and your family about how to keep yourself truly safe from the different and various cancers that are out there. So definitely check it out. Early detection is your best defense. So be safe out there, guys, and come over and check us out on The Vice on Saturdays. Thanks.
Fantastic. And our fantastic guests, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. Hope to have you guys back on in the future. Let's go to Gale. Some
Hi.
questions. Hey,
hi, hello. Today was actually a lot of fun. I'm happy you guys had me on the show. This has been a blast. I love seeing all you guys' characters slowly develop and become beautiful little babies. But yeah, it was a fantastic time. I mean, Luis did a fantastic job, in my opinion. Fantastic work. Love it. You guys can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Galestrom, where I do variety streaming. Right now, we're working our way through Lisa, which is a fun little RPG, very fun. I also do a lot more stuff like Dark Souls, and then I also do a little bit of D&D planning myself. If you want to find stuff for my D&D stuff, we do that on a separate channel called Weighted Dice every Sunday.
fantastic.
And we're in the middle of working out a new schedule, so there's that.
Awesome. And Will, yourself.
Howdy. Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a ton of fun. Great story, Luis. Loved the world and all the world building you've put into it, and all of you are such excellent role players. I'm part of a group of guys. We stream D&D. We stream role-playing games 5 nights a week over on Twitch TV/Gentleman Sword. On Mondays, we do the sci-fi RPG Stars Without Number. And actually tonight we are starting a new series I'm DMing that's set in historical Rome about gladiators. So that's bound to be
awesome.
a lot of fun. So yeah, I can post a link to it, and you can also find me on Twitter at Koifish.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much once again for joining us. Fantastic work, Louise, as always. Got to join in on the hype train there. Thank you to everybody who joined us, supported us today, everybody who followed, subscribed, Charis, attack you, all the donations, guys. Fantastic stuff, and very much appreciated. Yeah, we're going to go over to our friend Kitty. She runs a channel called Awkward Kitty Inc. She does role-playing in video games. She's a cool girl. She came on stream on Wednesday, guested on Wayward Tides, and she was absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go over there to her channel, spam a hashtag encounter raid, and then, I don't know, an ERP gent, an SM walk, whatever you're feeling, afterwards, and we'll go show her some love. Another fantastic member of our community. So thank you guys once again. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Wednesday we start off the day with Wayward Tides, and we have another 2 guests joining us tomorrow. We have Laura Lania from the Misclicks D&D channel, as well as her friend Urho, who is a Heroes of the Storm streamer. And then at 4 p.m. we have the fantastic Tales from the Yawning Portal with our own Dungeon Master Ben Counter. BM Counter. That's his name, Ben Counter. And we have a guest joining us there as well. She is Kimmy from the Critters community. So, yeah, plenty of stuff happening tomorrow. But we're going to go to Kitty's channel, spam us some love. We'll see you guys soon. And until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody, and farewell from the Encounter Roleplay crew. Bye!